the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chico the Kabia Mapuni, Chineke, and Son of the Winner, Ishala, Nina, Cosa, Hanson, Nana, Jama, and Yana Faros, Okonana, all the and then saw no one and you went out of his Kahara to the and you went out because you will make a difference with your source and you went out but you know what? I would like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not. I have come. Look what you do. After I return to Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm doing in 5 years to come. Thank you. The very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chico the Kabia Mapuni, Chineke, and Son of the Winner, Ishala, Nina, Cosa, Hanson, Nana, Jama, and Yana Faros, Okonana, all the and then saw no one and you went out of his Kahara to the and you went out because you will make a difference with your source and you went out of But you know what? They would like you to believe that America is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you.
So you keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you, the more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that they groomed will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. The crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own action. They grouped them. Al-Qaeda in the Nigeria, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them to Nigeria. Everybody brought them in. All the government brought them in. Are you deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and show somebody was asking, where is the boundary, where would the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? People from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a railway line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money. You come to Onadi, you come to everyone, you come to Agule, you come to Ebo, you take our resources, sell it, get the money, and now you're building a way to Niger, and you want me to be happy with you. Clap for your Nigeria. One Nigeria. I think you are insane. You come to my land, you take our oil, you take our gas, you take our manpower, you take everything, our VAT, our tax, everything. You are now building a road from Katsina to Niger. Airport. Refinery. You take oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refined petroleum. And you're telling me that country is viable. You're telling me that Nigeria should be supported. You are in one Nigeria. You are not going anywhere and you're dying every day. Because those that they appointed to speak for you, they gave them money so that they will come out, pages of newspapers to give the world the misleading impression that everything is okay when things are go and see the contradictions in it. Nigeria is not working, we are marginalized, and then you come back to say Nigeria is one, we must stay in it together. Are you not foolish? These are the useless intellectuals that you have. On one hand, say Nigeria is not working, you're marginalized, you are being discriminated against, you're suffering, they're killing you everywhere, and you come back to the same place and say Nigeria must be one. Had Nigerians gotten together to say they want to be part of this useless contraption, that's entirely their business. I'm a Democrat, I'm subscribed to it. But have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Biafra wrote to President Biden. In it, Biafra said, come and help us fight terrorism, in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan at the U.S. State Department for very many years, until we stepped in. They keep plotting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I said that because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not people. When I say it, they say I'm insulting them. No, I'm not insulting you. Most of them are people. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. We always go back to our village where we are born, where our umbilical cord, our long, where it was buried. That's where we come from. That is why every Christmas, Easter, New Year festival, August meeting, you see us migrating back to where we come from. And I keep saying these things to Africans, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Everywhere in Africa during Christmas, if you like, be in South Africa, if you like, let it be in Kenya, you let it be in Rwanda, everybody from the capital goes to the village. If you go to Accra, the same thing happens. This past Christmas, if you like, go to Cotonou. Our Father who art in heaven, Nnamdi that your name may be hallowed by name, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation. To pray in the language of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile, Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile, onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi. Ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị, ọbụladị ndị okenye oru 2 na 4 bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ala ha niile si na ede nsọ Chineke na nke igwe. N'ụtụtụ a, ehihie, abalị, n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị eze ebube dị ngọzi ka iwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro, ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ, ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ, ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ na nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe, mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne dị n'otu ọganiru, ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna, ka iwe tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezuga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Ka ọ ga-abụ ikpeta maazị na Biafra ga-abịa, anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị, isi ala nye gị, bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Kikabia Mapurumi Henine, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, There is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it? Based on that, they now amended the charge again. I removed London. Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196? 174
of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022.
In violation of their own laws. In violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible. Anybody standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what they are not saying. Not me. As simple as that. Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committed an act of terrorism. Yes. Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person is not done anywhere. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that they entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct a trial is not done anywhere. And you wonder why God trusts you. You don't know what justice means. You have no idea what justice means. You don't know what justice means. Useless. You cannot try anybody unless the law is written. Show me the law. Show me the law. I want you to talk to me. Show me the law. Don't try that. Don't try that. Don't try it. Don't try it. Don't try that rubbish. Don't try rubbish. Useless people. You don't know law. You don't know law. Your own constitution you don't respect. Supreme Court's judgment you don't respect. Then why we never play? Why we never play? Britain and Biafra, the case for genocide examined. This is the irrefutable fact and the figures pointing to the fact that Britain is complicit in genocide. If you're wondering why Biafra is not listed as a genocide case, it's because of this very article, as outlined by The Spectator, a British publication on the 26th of December 1968. That is why you can write the list of genocide all over the world. There will be no Biafra. Do you know who excluded Biafra from the list? Britain, because of the role they played. We have this very article here. It is from the Spectator archive. How Britain committed genocide. How Britain you're looking at is actually as bad as Hitler. Nazi party. We have all the proof here. The only reason why the Nazis were held to account was because the Jews were living in Europe. Biafrans are in the darkest West Africa. Nobody gives a damn about them. It is also in the Bible that they will kill you, you will cry, but nobody will come to your rescue. I am reading from Obron Wall's report on the 26th of December 1968, published in the Spectator newspaper of United Kingdom in Great Britain. That very publication outlined the case of genocide against the British Christianity. You must listen very, very carefully. For as long as any Christian, liberal, or humanitarian tradition survives, the year 1968 will be remembered of implementing one aspect of its peacetime foreign policy. That peacetime foreign policy is one Nigeria, because the British, they are white people. They created Nigeria because a white man created Nigeria, who is a black man to try and break it. The world cleverly forgot that there was no Nigeria before the white man came. There was no Nigeria before the British came. Nigeria was created by a white man, not by African people. Your ancestors did not create one Nigeria. Your forefathers did not create one Nigeria. It was a white man, Beture, that came and created one Nigeria. The British government at the time, under Harold Wilson's Labour Party, wanted to maintain this white supremacist approach. We are white people. How dare you black monkeys from Africa try to break something that we created? As I told you before, as I read yesterday from the scriptures, as Britain was committing genocide in Biafra land, British people did not know about it. Till tomorrow morning, ordinary British people don't know what their government did, because there was a blanket coverage all the way throughout. No independent media. People like The Spectator or the likes of Frederick Forsyth, who we are reporting, nobody was paying attention to them, because BBC decided that we must die. BBC said Biafran people must be killed. How dare you try to stop what we created in Black Africa? Who are you to create Biafra? We are God. Very few people in England have any awareness of the fact that their own country, Britain, was committing atrocity, mass murder in Black Africa. Like most Germans after the war, they will be able to say that they did not know what was being done in their name. British people don't know that their government was killing millions upon millions of people in Biafra land for the sake of the British, ordinary British, so they can be looked upon as God, that they are the creators of everything that they survey. Although photographs of the atrocities being perpetrated in Biafra have appeared in most newspapers, the general impression given by the captions and news coverage is that the children are starving to death as the result of famine brought about by the war. Lies did not begin today. Britain was going about covering their lies. But do you know that the reason why Biafra doesn't come up as a major genocide case is because Britain will be implicated in it? The same way that the world viewed Germans after the whole Nazi debacle is how the world would have viewed Britain. They don't want to be seen as mass killers, so they go about pretending. They go about suppressing the very fact that Biafrans were murdered in their millions. Who killed them? Britain and Goa. Here is irrefutable fact. This very article was written by a white man saying that their country was committing genocide. Britain was committing genocide in Biafra land. Britain is complicit in the death of millions of people in Biafra land, and even their own people know it. BBC will say, oh no, it is people are starving because of famine. We don't suffer from famine in Biafra land. We have rainy season. There is no famine. We have never had any famine in Biafra land before in our history. Never. All of a sudden, there is famine. Not a single newspaper has seen it fit. Even The Spectator was angry. This very white man writing was so upset as to what was happening. Not a single newspaper in England has seen fit to point out that the children are dying as a direct and intended result of a siege which is supported by the British government. When I told you that Britain enforced air, land and sea blockade, it's called a siege, you won't believe me. But here it is being confirmed by white people. This is an article written by a white man in a British newspaper as far back as 1968, reminding the British people that you people are here pretending you don't know what is happening. Your government is killing people in Biafra. Biafran people are dying as a direct result of the blockade of Biafra land by the British. It's very clear for the world to see. Very, very clear for the world to see. And they will pay the compensation for this. We are presenting to you this very evening the irrefutable fact and figures that we did not fight Hausa Fulani, they are nobody. We fought the British. The British enforced a very criminal air, land and sea blockade to stop us from getting food and arms during the war. But Britain was writing to Russia, asking Russia to provide arms to go on. Without the British, we will take over Hausa land in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we take it over. It's the British supporting them. And the evidence is here for the whole world to see. Everybody must have a copy of this. Very, very critical and important, so that when you look at Britain, you know that Britain are killers. When you look at the British government, you will know that they are murderers. The same way you view Adolf Hitler is how you should view a British government, because they are also killers.
In 1776, the United States separated from the United Kingdom by declaration. Today, they are the world power. In 1830, Belgium separated from Netherlands. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe, both of the countries. In 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia. Today, they have transformed into global financial hub as a result of the separation. Why is it that when we call for separation, Nigeria and their criminals will be calling us terrorists? Don't fall for it. The past separation has led to the upsurge of economic development. In the case of India and Pakistan, Norway, Yemen, Switzerland, this separation has led to the upsurge of economic development. In 2002, East Timor separated from Indonesia. In 1921, Ireland separated from the United Kingdom. Today, they are one of the powerful countries we have. In 1944, Iceland separated from Denmark, demonstrating that nations can part away without violence. Why do you kill Biafrans? Whenever we say we are fed up of Nigeria. In Nigeria, where you have dangerous diversity, in Nigeria, where you have the northern part of Nigeria practicing Islamic State, practicing Islamic Sharia law, and they have different culture, different laws, different rules, different everything, and mentality acceptance democracy. That is the reason we call for the separate state, of course, for independence for Biafra. Apart from the killings, genocide against our people, and jihad. In 1905, Norway and Sweden separated and goes their separate ways. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe because of the separation. In 1947, India and Pakistan separated. The list can go on.
If you not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop. God knows we can never stop until Biafra is restored. We are peace-loving people. We abhor death and killing of another soul. It's in our nature, that's how we are. But because of that, they have been coming and killing us all these years. We've kept quiet. They've been killing and killing and killing quiet. We have a case at the ICC. We have a case at Africa Union. We have a case of, what else again? Pending before the UN in New York. We've been to Geneva to tender our case. Before UN, till today, nothing. In fact, the more we complain to them, the more they come to abduct and rape our children, the more they come to kill us, the more they want to take over our land and our forests. And who told them that's going to be possible in our time? In a time, in a movement that I lead, you think you can come into our land and take it over? Oh dear. That means you don't know who we are. The zoo will be set free. I said everybody in bondage in the zoo will be set free. I don't hate anybody. I don't despise anybody. If I mention your ethnicity or your tribe, if I am a bit hard on them, know that I am specifically referring to those of them that they call their leaders, those who have led us this very blind alley, this very blind path, those of them that will continue to deceive, those that will continue to lie, those that will continue to prevaricate, those that cannot deliver any measurable or tangible developmental indices at all, in any way, shape, or form. We have come that the blind may see, not in the way they do it within Pentecostalism, but we have come to impart knowledge and reason. We start this very evening by looking at the very laughable, I say laughable broadcast by Jubril Aminu Els of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the Biafra. Believe me.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on another section this morning. I appreciate everyone that has connected to us, those who are patient to hang around with us till this moment. I appreciate you. Please, as you hang around, help us to like and share the program to our platform. Share to family and friends, share to everyone that is close to you. Do not keep the message just for yourself. Share it so that others can also enjoy the program as you are enjoying it. Don't watch alone. Invite somebody to join you and watch this program. It is very important that we carry everybody along. That is one of the assignments we are given by our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said we must make sure that we carry everyone along as we preach this gospel. So wherever you are joining us this very morning, wherever you are watching, don't watch alone. Try to invite somebody. Try to reach out to somebody to join us on this very morning section. I know there is a lot of attack on our platform. I know there is a lot of blockage on our platform. No matter how they try to block us, no matter how they try to stop us, we will never stop. The more they are trying to stop us, the more we are speaking more. I have said a time without number that if I come online here, even if there is nobody watching, even if I'm here alone, nothing will stop me not to preach my gospel. Nobody forced me to come and preach Biafra. I am not doing it for anybody. I am not doing it to gain anything or to receive praises or for any position or whatever. I am doing it because my life depends on it. So those who are attacking the platform, those who are sending their attack, and it doesn't matter what you do. For as long as the YouTube allows this very platform to continue to float, I will continue to preach the gospel of Biafra. For as long as this platform continues to run, except I wake up in the morning and I found out that the platform is no more. then I will create a new one and continue. But for as long as it's there, even if there is nobody watching, when I come online and there is nobody watching, I will preach my message. That is my own job. As for sharing the program and letting the message get to where it needs to get to, it is in the hand of Chukwu Abiyama to do that. He will definitely take the message to those who need to hear it. Because we know there are people who are hunger for the truth. There are people who are hunger for the truth. There are people whose life depends on this Biafra, just like my life depends on it. There are people who cannot afford to stay away, no matter what happens. They continue to hang on. We are here and we will continue to move on. There is no going back. It does not matter what they do. It does not matter what they do. It doesn't matter even if everybody surrender. If it remains only me, I will continue to speak about it. And it is important that you also make the same vow. That if you wake up tomorrow and you realize that everybody is now talking a different thing, continue to stand where you stand. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that the only person he can be able to guarantee that when he wakes up the following morning, he will continue to talk about Biafra is himself alone. So trust only yourself, not even me that is speaking here. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that the only person he trusts, not his brother, his sister, his uncle, his wife, his children, the only person he trusts that when he wakes up the next morning, he will continue on the message of Biafra is himself. Personally, myself, I know that tomorrow morning when I wake up, I will still be doing what I'm doing. I know that in the next 20 years, in the next 100 years, if I'm still alive, I will still be supporting and talking about Biafra. It does not matter. My life depends on it. I am not doing it for anybody. Not for any personal gain, not for any glory, not for any clapping, not for any praises. It is something that is worth doing. And you have to take the same vow. At this point in time where the pressure is high, this is when to know those who are really serious about seeking for freedom. Because this time they have shaken all the legs of the table. The whole table is shaking. The whole table is shaking. The whole foundation is shaking. The whole places you can hang on it. The tree where you are hanging on is shaking. It takes only courage for one to continue to hang on and hope that one day this storm will cease. It requires an extraordinary courage for one to believe that one day this storm is going to cease. But as for the shaking, every single area you can hang on to is shaking. Every single thing you can look onto is shaking. This is the last moment, the final push. It takes extraordinary courage. This is the time that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talked about. A time where you have to go to your inner strength. A time you know those who are called for this mission. That time has come. If you are not called for it, or you don't have that mental capacity to stand, I'm not going to blame you. You are bound to fall away. And when you fall away, we continue to pray that by the special grace of Chukwu Abiyama, you come to your senses. At this point in time, if you fall away, I don't hold it against you. I'm not going to come to my platform here, begin to call you name or begin to say different kinds of things against you. That's not going to happen, not from me. I will continue to run on my own path and also be believing that Chukwu Abiyama, who owns this very project, will carry it to the last. It is not my project. Every single one of us, we are just instruments in the hand of Chukwu Abiyama to fulfill his own desire. The desire of Chukwu Abiyama is to set his own children free. His desire is to set his children free. So it is not in my hand. And that is why there is no amount of attack no amount of propaganda, no amount of blackmail. There is nothing you can do to make me stop preaching this very program. It is not possible. The only thing you can do is to take my life, and my life is not in your hand. The only thing you can do to stop hearing my voice every morning on this program is to take my life. And I bet you got to try more. Chukwu Okike Abiama, who gave me the life, knows when, how, and where to take it. It is not in your hand. So at this point, you need to tighten up your belt. Wherever you are and you're listening to us on this program, tighten up your belt. It is going to get tougher. You think you have seen something, you haven't seen nothing yet. The journey is going to get tougher than you can ever imagine. It will get tougher. Just have that at the back of your mind, that it's going to get tougher. And the only person you can trust is yourself. Always apply your common sense. Find out information for yourself. Deliberate with you yourself. Answer your questions yourself and get your answers yourself. It is important listening to other people's, listening to people's opinion. But after listening to people's opinion, you sit back within your own self. When you are all by yourself, I bet you, Chukwu Okike Abiama, if you have a pure and clean heart towards your brother, towards your sister, towards your brethren, as long as you have a pure heart, you do not have envy, jealousy, pride, greed inside you. If you don't have all this inside you, when you are by yourself all alone, answers to every argument will begin to come. Answers to every argument will begin to come. When I joined this very struggle, I did not join because somebody came to preach to me. No. When I started broadcasting more than a decade ago, I did not start because somebody came. I started when there was no money in Facebook. Nobody was paying anybody. So you wouldn't say maybe because of Facebook money that I started. I started preaching the gospel of Biafra when there was nothing like payment in Facebook, no Facebook monetization or whatever. I don't even know what it is. So I started preaching this gospel, not because of their so-called monetization, either in YouTube or Facebook or whatever. No. If you go to my platform on Facebook, King David Exploit Expose, it is still there. My messages I preached decades ago are still there. Go to King David's Exploit Expose on Facebook. Although Facebook have removed most of the videos I made because there was a time they wiped away all the live program, except you have to download your live program and repost it again. They removed all the live program, old live program, because they were not allowed. I don't know what happened to them. They were removing it. So when you go there, you might not see some of those old live program because Facebook have removed them. But when you look through and you see you still see some that I uploaded, some video that I did upload, those ones are still there. Then you will know that there is no amount of nonsense you are going to do today to make me stop doing what I'm doing. You are just learning. I started all by myself without anybody promoting me or no. I didn't start with promotion. Nobody promoted my platform. I have built many platforms. When I build them, they take it down. I start again. They take it down. I start it again. I built them all by myself. Speaking the truth. Based on what I know and what I have seen and heard. Based on truth. Not based on sentiment or trying to support Mr. A or Mr. B. No. It is based on the truth that I have seen, that I have heard. It is about our life. Every single one of us. Mostly Biafrans. Not just Biafrans, including other indigenous ethnic groups. Including other indigenous ethnic groups. But some of them fail to understand what we are talking about. So many of them, they don't understand what we're talking about. That is why when we speak, they think that this is about tribal issue. They think we are attacking them. We are not attacking anybody. And that is why I played that message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You heard what he said there, that he is not against anybody. He is not against Hausa. He's not against Islam. He's not against Yoruba. He's not against anybody. But he's against those instruments, the political elites that they are using against the poor masses. Those that they instigate against themselves. These same politicians instigate you against yourself. And you see people today opening platform to talk against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You see people opening platform to abuse Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, abuse Mazi Simon Ekpa. Even though these people, we are fighting for them. It is a shame. Today in platform, you see people, even when they come to our platform, they attack us, they insult us, they instigate, they attack our platforms, they go underground, do everything, they report our programs and everything. Even when you don't mention them, you have nothing to do with them. You are just speaking about humanity. Some of them come, they attack you, they accuse you of being an ethnic bigot. What we are doing here has nothing to do with ethnicity. But me being a Biafra, we being Biafrans, there is no way we can speak about freedom without mentioning ourselves. They say freedom starts. Charity begins at home. You can't be speaking about freedom when you are a slave. So if you want to speak about freedom, start from yourself. Set yourself free. That is why we put Biafra as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. It is not an antagonization to anybody. It's not fighting against anybody. It's not denigrating any other tribe. That is why I played that voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I want you to hear it once again.
Under bondage in the zoo will be set free. I said everybody in bondage in the zoo will be set free. I don't hate anybody. I don't despise anybody. If I mention your ethnicity or your tribe, if I am a bit hard on them, know that I am specifically referring to those of them that they call their leaders, those who have led us this very blind alley, this very blind path, those of them that will continue to deceive, those that will continue to lie, those that will continue to prevaricate, those that cannot deliver any measurable or tangible developmental indices at all, in any way, shape, or form. In the zoo will be set free. I said everybody in bondage in the zoo will be set free. I don't hate anybody. I don't despise anybody. If I mention your ethnicity or your tribe, if I am a bit hard on them, know that I am specifically referring to those of them that they call their leaders, those who have led us this very blind alley, this very blind path, those of them that will continue to deceive, those that will continue to lie, those that will continue to prevaricate, those that cannot deliver any measurable or tangible developmental indices at all, in any way, shape, or form. We have come that the blind may see, not in the way they do it within Pentecostalism.
You have heard it from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that our gospel is not against anybody. All we are asking is that every ethnic group should be free. Every human being will be free. It is about humanity. It is not just about us Biafra. So don't get agitated when we mention Biafra. That is whom we are. And charity begins at home. As we are fighting for ourselves, we are fighting for others at the same time. So when you see us use some certain term to address issues or call it out, it is not against any ethnic group, not against any religion or any particular people, but against those instruments that are being put in place by the British to hold us captive. The earlier you understand that, the better for you and I. So I welcome everyone that have joined us on this program today. Remember, our program is always an interactive section. Feel free to interact with us. Feel free to share your own opinion. When the time comes, you can send your requests Either you are watching us on TikTok, or you're watching on Facebook, or you're on YouTube where I'm hosting the program. Wherever you are, send in your own contribution, send in your request. I will bring you in and you make a contribution. I want you to always remember that in this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come to this platform to attack people or individual or any group. We do not come here to promote any other thing except Biafra. What we do is to present Biafra to the world as the only remedy to the failed state in Nigeria. And that means disintegration is the only solution. It doesn't matter how they continue to run away from it, define it, and give it different kinds of names. If you are serious about saving life in Nigeria, disintegration is the ultimate solution. And that is what we are pushing forward. And we are calling the attention of the United States of America. We appreciate them for the wonderful job they are doing as it stands today. We appreciate the United States for paying attention to what is happening in Nigeria. We appreciate them and the steps they are taking. But they need to stand firm and move further ahead to prefer an everlasting solution. And if they can listen to us, they don't even need to put their foot on the floor. They don't need to put their soldiers on the ground. They don't even need to spend their resources. Just call up for the disintegration of Nigeria. Let everybody go their separate ways. It is very clear that the Northern Caliphate wants a Sharia Caliphate, a Sharia state. There is nothing bad with it. There is nothing bad with it. Among themselves, they should go ahead with it. That is what they desire. Why would anybody stop them? The Yoruba Republic wants a different system because they have a different value system, monarchical system, or whatever they want to practice. They should go ahead with it. Within themselves and among themselves, enjoy it and build a nation that will be perfect and sweet for all to see. We, the Biafran people, have already adopted a secular system. In our own land, democracy started. Allow us to practice the original democracy in a democratic way, a secular system that will be an example to the world. Allow us to practice it. The Middle Belt also have a fantastic system that is going to suit them that they are pushing for. These are countries that are forced to be together under a false pretense of a secular state that is not a secular state. And the whole world knows that Nigeria is not a secular state. The British themselves that amalgamated this monster today went ahead to pronounce Nigeria as an Islamic state. Their own president pronounced Nigeria as an Islamic state. And yet they pretend and tell us that it's a secular state. So the time bomb in Nigeria is about to explode if nothing is done. It does not matter the security outfit you put in place. It doesn't matter whatever you try to stop. You are only postponing the day of doom. Whatever you are doing, apart from disintegration, you are only postponing the day of doom. Is it going to come? It is going to come. The only thing that will stop the day of doom in Nigeria is disintegration. Peacefully. Peaceful disintegration through a referendum. As for we Biafra, we have already conducted a self-referendum, and the Biafrans unanimously say they want to go. So if you do not accept our referendum, go ahead and conduct yours. A peaceful disintegration of the zoo is what we are calling upon. To save humanity, to save life. It is not out of envy, not out of jealousy, not because of our resources, not out of pride or envy, no. It is out of necessity to save humanity. And the earlier the world begin to understand this, the better for all of us. Today we are discussing on a very important topic that is broad, that could be emotional. Those things they would not want to say, we will continue to say them. I said it that every single day we come here, we will give a voice to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, give a voice to Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. These are the people that are in the forefront of saving humanity in Nigeria. You can hate them, you can like them, call them any name, it doesn't change whom they are. The only reason the country is fighting so hard to cover their voice is because this is the voice of truth. And the truth hurts when it has to do with tyrants. Nigeria abhors the truth. That is why they went ahead to try as much as possible to clamp down on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, kidnapped him, detain him illegally. Even in their detention, they have tried to put some other policies to make sure that he doesn't speak to us. Even the few minutes he speaks in the court to us, they know how powerful that truth is. The truth he speaks in the court shakes the entire world. It is our duty to continue to give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a voice. A man who has been illegally convicted without a law, without a written known law. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was convicted without a written known law. You saw him in the court every blessed day until the last week he was shouting, "Show me the law under which you are charging me. Omotosho, show me the law. Omotosho, show me the law." He said it over and over and over again. But how could it be that after those shouting in the court, the media refused to discuss that matter? You will never see a place where the media sat down and they saw this man was always calling to show him the law under which he been tried. Please, can you tell us the law under which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was tried? The media ignored it. What the media focused on is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was shouting in the court. He was noisy in the court. He was always talking over people. He was too full of himself. He was not even apologetic. Apologetic for what? That was where they were focusing. But the critical question that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was asking, nobody answered. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asked the court, who gave you the right to take away my right to defense, to the last defense, last speech, last written address? Who gave you, what court order, what law gave you the order to remove his last request, last written request? Last written response. What gave you the order to remove his last written response? Either written or verbal response. What gave you the order to remove it? These are questions that were seeking for answer. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, "You do not have the jurisdiction to try me. You do not have that jurisdiction." They refused to listen to that word. And the media kept silent towards that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was tried under a repealed law. A repealed law. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was tried under a repealed law, non-existing law. And yet, the media was silent. Nobody talked about it. Today, they have moved on. Go to their media. The only topic today is pardon. 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 Pardoning a man that is not even guilty at the first place. You are forcing guilt on him. You are forcing him to accept guilty. And the country has moved ahead. They have moved ahead. You can never see any discussion on their media today talking about the illegal conviction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You can't find it anywhere. They have moved on. But for us, Biafra, we will never move on. We will continue to give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a voice. Omotosho, show us the law under which you tried Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Omotosho, you do not have jurisdiction to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Omotosho, why are you trying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why did you sentence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? You convicted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under a repealed law. Why? And this is a country that claims they have Nigerian Union of Journalists. This is a country that claims they have a Nigerian Union of whatever, judges or whatever they call it. But yet, illegality was the order of the day from the beginning of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the last. And they have moved on. After they have disgracefully and forcefully imposed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a verdict that doesn't exist. And remember, by the way, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has won this case before this time in 5 different courts. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has won his case in 5 different courts, 2 international courts and 3 local courts in Nigeria. But yet, this same man was found guilty under non-existing law, and the country moved on. The media moved on. And all they need to do is to attack the character of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And they say we should move on. We will not move on. We are going to push on. The same thing is what they did to Mazi Simon Ekpa in Finland. Mazi Simon Ekpa in Finland was jailed because of self-determination. Because of his pursuit for self-determination and self-defense. Today, you see the Amnesty International United Nations calling for Nigeria to release a man that was condemned because he was defending himself against the Fulani herdsmen. The United States is calling for the release of a man who the Nigerian government convicted, condemned because he was fighting for his own life, self-defense. And that was exactly what Mazi Simon Ekpa was doing. Mazi Simon Ekpa was guiding Biafrans into self-defense, and Finland sentenced him. But they turned a blind eye to that. You see the double standard. Mazi Simon Ekpa, what he was doing, self-defense to defend his people against the terrorists, both those in uniform and off uniform. Every single thing that Mazi Simon Ekpa preached was about self-defense. But today, the United States is calling out Nigeria on the sentence of a man who went ahead to defend himself. Instead of allowing him to go, they convicted him and condemned him to death. The same thing is what Finland is doing. They jailed Mazi Simon Ekpa for self-defense, but they were not condemned. We will continue to point this fact out. We will continue to push out this truth. It doesn't matter how it sounds to you. It doesn't matter whether if it's acceptable to you or not, but the truth will remain the truth. Regardless who says it, regardless where you put it, the light will always shine. No matter how dark a room is, put a candle light in it, the light will shine. You can't stop it. You can't stop the light from shining. And that is why Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will continue to have a voice in this platform. And it is our duty, every single one of us here, to continue to give them a voice with every single opportunity you have, any day, anytime. On our today's topic, we're going to discuss on the topic which says, the final push. The final push. Biafrans must rise and keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu legacy alive until all agitation. No. The final push. Biafra must rise and keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu legacy alive. Unite all agitation groups. Uniting all agitating groups. The final push. Biafrans must rise and keep Nnamdi Kanu's legacy alive. Unite all agitating groups. This is the final push. It is not going to be easy. It is going to be tougher than what you have seen in the past. It is going to be much more deadly than what you have seen before. You must prepare yourself. It is the final push. We must keep the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alive. One of those legacies is to maintain freedom for every single indigenous person in that contraction called Nigeria by calling for self-determination. That is the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not attacking any religion, not any group, not any people. The only thing is against are those instruments they are using. The instruments they are using, some of them are Igbos, some are Yoruba, some are Hausa, some are Fulani, some are from different areas. Those are the people he calls out. So when he calls them out, don't get confused. We must keep that legacy alive and unite all agitating groups. To make this final push, we must be together, speak in one voice. We must speak in one voice at this point in time. To make this final push effective, we must speak in one voice. My fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world, it is another day to raise our voice, defend our identity, and uphold the legacy of a man who has educated everything for truth. Keep the legacy of a man who has dedicated everything for truth. And that man is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, in this very channel, we are presenting a voice of reason, the voice of freedom, a voice of a rising nation. It is important that we keep the legacy of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, alive. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents courage. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents the truth. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents the right of a people to exist without oppression. The legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not just about one man. The legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not just about one man. It is about the dignity of the Igbo people. The right to self-determination. The demand for justice and human rights. The dream of a liberated, prosperous Biafra. We must keep this legacy alive in whatever we do. We must keep it alive. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lit the fire. It is our duty to keep it burning. This fire that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have lit, it is our duty to keep it burning. He taught us to speak boldly, think boldly, act boldly, peacefully, strategically, and intelligently. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu taught us. Ask yourself, are you in this path? His legacy is alive in every Biafran who refuses to bow to injustice. When you refuse to bow to injustice, you are keeping the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alive. Each time you resist injustice, you are keeping the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alive. That is how important it is to every single one of us. As it stands today, unity is no longer an option. With what we are seeing today that is happening in the contraction called Nigeria against the Biafran people, unity is no longer an option. It is a necessity. It is a necessity. In every freedom struggle across history, unity was the final key. We must unite ourselves now. It doesn't matter your ideology. It doesn't matter your orientation. It doesn't matter what you're coming from. It doesn't matter what you have done in the past. It doesn't matter where you have gone wrong. We must find a common ground to unite. We, the Biafran people, we have activists across board. We have agitating groups across board. We have grassroots defenders everywhere. We have voices in diaspora. We also have human rights advocates. We have journalists. And we have social media warriors. But without unity of purpose, the message becomes scattered. Without unity of purpose, our message will become scattered. The energy become divided, and our global influence become weakened. Our global influence becomes weaker than it should be. This is why it is important that we speak in one voice. Very, very important. As it stands today, it is no longer an option, it is a necessity. It is no longer an option, it is a necessity to unite. Without unity of purpose, even though we have so many activists, we have many agitating groups, we have many grassroots defenders, we have diaspora voices, we have human rights advocates, we have journalists, we have social media warriors. But without unity of purpose, the message will become scattered the way it is now. You can continue to lie to yourself for all I care. It doesn't bother me. I will say it the way it is. Without unity of purpose, the message becomes scattered. The energy becomes divided. The way it is now, our energy is extraordinarily divided. Our message is scattered. Our global influence has become weaker than it should be. It doesn't tell well. We must speak in one voice. We, the Biafran people, must speak in one voice. Now, at this point in time where there is an opportunity presenting itself through the United States, we must speak in one voice. I chose this topic because I saw a statement that was issued by Northern Forum, as always. They call themselves Northern Forum, and each time they come out, they speak in one voice, and when they speak their word, don't take it for a joke. Whatever they say, why their word stands, anything, you can see the audacity of the northern part of Nigeria, that when they speak, their word stands. It is because of their unity of purpose. They have one voice. They speak in one voice. You saw all this while, you saw Gumi going around to push some ideologies. Gumi going around today, every single thing that Gumi was preaching has been supported by all the northern from A to Z. They supported it. I want you to understand that when we talk about unity, unity does not mean uniformity. Unity does not mean uniformity. It means alignment. We must align together. We must align to one ideology. We must align to one faith. It doesn't mean that we must be under one umbrella and all. No. That's not what it means. Unity does not mean uniformity. It means alignment. It means every group, every zone, every activist pushing in the same direction. But today, so many of us are distracted. So many of us are distracted. Sometimes they come online, they spend hours talking about irrelevant issues and they forgot about the freedom we are fighting for. You forget channeling your energy towards the real enemy, the colonial masters and the caliphate. You see, when they come to speak, they fire their shot direct to us. But when we come, we exhaust our bullet on ourselves. After exhausting our bullet on ourselves, then we throw empty can to them. And that is what we've been doing. My fellow Biafrans, today unity is of necessity more than ever for this final push. And this is why we are destroying the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Instead of giving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a voice, Our attitude is destroying the legacy Mazi Nnamdi Kanu laid down. This was not what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did that made us to come and surround him. What we are seeing today is not what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did that made us to surround him. Every one of us is going our separate ways, doing different things altogether. This moment we are in is historic, and we must tap into the history. This international window that has been opened, we must put ourselves into it. And we cannot do that effectively without being united, aligning together. This is a historic moment in that contraption called Nigeria. The international window is opening very, very fast. For us to tap into it effectively, we must align together. That is the unity I'm talking about. For the very first time in many years, for the very first time, the world is paying attention to Nigerian madness. For the very first time, the entire world is paying attention to the atrocities in Nigeria, to the false amalgamation, to the falsehood of we the people putting a constitution, to the falsehood of a secular state. For the very first time, the world is paying attention to the falsehood of a secular state that was put in place by the British. For the very first time, the world is paying attention to it. International human rights organizations, global media, foreign governments, US lawmakers are coming on the ground to see things with their own eyes. Policy institutes are talking, and you are not taking it serious. You think it's still the time to gossip. You think it's still the time for saga and propaganda. You should be ashamed of yourself. We must not lose this opportunity. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. The US has placed Nigeria on the CPC country of particular concern list regarding religious persecution and human rights violation. Not only placing them, a major move is being made. What you are seeing in Nigeria today is major. And the people that are supposed to capitalize and be happy about it most should be the Biafrans. If there is nothing else that will make us to align together in unity, this should have made us to align. What is happening in Nigeria today is major. This is a global spotlight. This is a diplomatic opening. This is a rare opportunity for oppressed people to speak and be heard. But the world will not listen to a divided people. The world will not listen to a divided people. Hear me and hear me clear. The world will not listen to a divided people. That is why our unity is of necessity today, more than ever. Our unity is of necessity, and that is why we need to go back to the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you saw the video I played. He made it clear he is not against anybody. He made it very, very clear. He is not against anybody. Hear it again.
Zoo will be set free. I said everybody in bondage in the zoo will be set free. I don't hate anybody. I don't despise anybody. If I mention your ethnicity or your tribe, if I am a bit hard on them, know that I am specifically referring to those of them that they call their leaders, those who have led us this very blind alley, this very blind path, those of them that will continue to deceive, those that will continue to lie, those that will continue to prevaricate, those that cannot deliver any measurable or tangible developmental indices at all, in any way, shape, or form. We have come that the blind may see, not in the way they do it within Pentecostalism, but we have come to impart knowledge and reason.
You had Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there. The message is clear. This is what every one of us should align into. You have to align to it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not against anybody. He's not against any citizen of any place, anywhere, regardless your religion, your tribe, or whatever it is. No. Just like Mazi Nnamdi also said that I stand with everybody, I support everybody. You must not forget or run away from this very fact, this very obvious and strong fact. You must not walk away from it. This very moment we find ourselves requires unified documentation. It requires unified documentation. We must document every single thing we are doing. Unified messaging. Our message should be coming like a bomb, an atomic bomb. Strategic, not divided, not distraction. Unified messaging. Unified engagement. Unified strategy. And unified representation. We must seize the window before it closes. We must seize this window before it closes. Don't say you were not told. Don't cry when it is late. We must seize this window before it closes. There are ways the Biafran people, we can tap into the US CPC designation that is ruling today. We need to tap into it. This CPC designation means a lot to us, the Biafran people. It means a lot to us, we. If there is nothing it means to us, for you to Biafra, you should know that this very designation have placed Nigeria under global scrutiny. It has placed Nigeria under global scrutiny. It forces the US to review human rights record of the Zoological Republic. And today they are reviewing it. You can imagine the United States senators coming down to Nigeria on a presidential jet to come and see things. And you are there playing around. You don't know what is happening. Instead of you to weigh into this opportunity and grab it, some of us are relaxing. Some of us are still taking it for a joke. This designation opened the door for sanction discussion. It opened the door for sanction to be discussed in the zoo. It validates claim of persecution and discrimination. Did you hear me? This very designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern validates our claim of persecution and discrimination. It validates it. But how are we capitalizing on that? How are we using that opportunity? That is the question. It also strengthens international advocacy effort. You see, if there is any time we need to come close to each other, it is now. If there is any time, it is as a matter of necessity as it stands today. What should Biafrans do now? That should be the question going round our mind. What are we going to do? What do we do? So many of us are already doing something. If you are not doing something, get busy. Write to US lawmakers if you can, more especially those of us living in the United States. Write to the lawmakers. Engage human rights NGOs on your own. We have the numbers. We have the population. We have people everywhere in organizations you can think about. We have people. Document abuses with evidence. Document every abuse. There are some videos we see our people. You will do a video and you are doing it in Igbo language. You are doing it in your Edo language. You are doing it in do it in English. Give dates and mention names of places it happened. Bring these information and pass it on to us. Send it to organization. If you don't know how to send it, those of us in the media, push it forward to us. We know where to take it to. Document abuses with evidence. Amplify stories on social media. Amplify the stories of things that are happening in your area. You see some people, even if you are ashamed, you don't want to talk about Biafra, like some idiots that are ashamed of whom they are. Some are even ashamed to call themselves Igbos. Now, document what is happening in your area. Put it on social media. Don't write Biafra. Don't mention Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Just tell us what is happening, the atrocities that the government is committing in your area. Put it on social media. For those of them who want to protect their business, they want to protect their name, they want to protect their friends, they want to still protect their fraudulent whatever they are doing. It is about your life. Document these things. Push them on social media. Put date, evidence, flood social media with this information. It's very important. This is what the IPOBs have been doing effectively. You can see through the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Whatever single thing they mention about the brokers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we will go and bring a counter evidence and pour it everywhere on the media. And that is why today, in all this investigation, you can never see the US mentioning IPOB on the insecurity of Nigeria. In all this investigation, you never see IPOB coming. Because they know the truth. Because we are forward of pushing. Sending them privately, publicly, everywhere is there. Continue to do that. Even now, do it more. Connect with diaspora operations or organizations anywhere you are. Attend policy forums if you can. Attend anyone you hear about. Go there and speak. Don't wait to be appointed. Go there and speak. Force yourself into it. Wherever you hear about policy forum, go there. If you need to pay, go there and speak. Let your voice be heard. Present facts, not emotions. Present facts, not the word does not work with emotion. Oh, they are killing us. Oh, that is not what they want to hear. Shout they are killing us for 1,000 years. Nobody will pay attention. They want evidence. Evidence. Facts. Facts. That is what the world wants to see. This shouting, it doesn't move them. It doesn't mean they know they are killing you. They know it's something is happening. Oh, genocide. Did you see how long it took them to begin to talk about Christian genocide? Christian genocide that started more than 2 decades ago. You see the testimonies that are coming. Testimonies that are coming are people that reported more than 2 decades ago. But the only reason they have to come forward is today, there are evidence. Evidence. You see, when you talk about genocide, you saw a pastor coming out to bring 505 names of people. And they show the graveyard where they were buried. They show the stone where their names were engraved. This is an evidence that you cannot run away from. You can't run away from it. They show the mass burials with names of the people. These are places where we are. Do you know that today, we don't have any place in Biafra land where the name of our fallen heroes were engraved? You cannot even ask for the name of the 5 million Biafrans that were murdered and you can't even get their names. And you will ask, why is Biafra not designated as genocide? Biafran genocide, not designated genocide. It was not designated because we have not done our homework very well. That was why the British continue to sit on it. But there are some evidence that you will bring. They cannot match it. Do you know how long Nigeria have been marching on Christian genocide? They have been sitting on it. They have been sitting on it until it came to Donald Trump. And he paid attention. And today, the evidence is overwhelming. They went and brought somebody by themselves to come and do fact finding. In the fact finding, the same person they brought indicted them. Today, US sent envoy to come and investigate, and they came. The evidence is overwhelming. There's no place to hide. These are things that we are supposed to be doing. So most time when we come here and we say we are not doing enough, we are not doing enough, some people will misunderstand and they get angry. Some people, they misunderstand us as being attacked. It is not attack. There is nothing that is too much to do to make your voice heard. Your persistent request, just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, that consistency is the key. It doesn't matter how many times you are rejected. You don't just go back and say, oh, because of the conspiracy, they will not hear us. No need talking. No, talk. It takes only one man to press that button and the whole thing will change. Just like the Christians believe that through one man, sin came into the world, and through one man, redemption came. What is happening to us today is brought in through one man. Even the terrorism in Nigeria was brought in through one man, Ottoman Danfodio. Lord Lugard and the British powered the one that they put us into captivity and the amalgamation that we didn't sign up for. It will still take one man. You see, only a tweet of Donald Trump. Look at what he's doing in Nigeria. So you have to continue to talk and speak until that one man that we are looking for, that one man will speak that word. Let them go. If you don't want them to be there, why are you holding them? A simple, silent, and tiny word, and you will see the whole rope will loosen. And this sentence will never come until you continue to press on and on and on and on. Continue to press on. That one man must come. But it will be very, very sad that the day that one man will be on seat, nobody will be there to speak on our behalf. Every one of us will run away and say, if I talk now, they're not going to listen. They already conspired. They already made up their mind. And you refuse to speak. You forgot that that is the day your miracle will come. This is why it is important that we must continue to speak. It doesn't matter how long you have said it. What I'm saying now, somebody can go to his platform, repeat it again and again and again and again, post it again and again and again. Don't get tired. Consistency wins the race. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it clear that consistency is the key. And you can see how consistent he has been. Even at the point of death, he is still consistent. Present facts, not emotion. Speak with one unified position. Speak with one unified position, every one of us. I have said it time and time again. No matter what your brother have done or anybody have done, there is one thing that is uniting us. That is, we want to be free. Every one of us agree. We agree that we are marginal. We agree that we don't want to be in Nigeria. But where the difference comes is that, how do we go out? Who is going to lead us out? Why not we focus on that agreement that we know, that single thing that is holding us down? Why not focus on that agreement? Pursue it and make sure we deal with it. The world needs to hear one clear message from us. Biafra seek justice. Biafra seek fairness. Biafra seek peaceful self-determination. We have been peaceful all this while. We have never, at any point in time, been violent. From the onset up to today, we have never been violent. It has been always peaceful. And that is why we adopted sit at home. The most peaceful way for people to air their opinion without hurting anybody or themselves. So anybody who is trying to portray us as violence is just being mischievous. And the whole world knows about that. Our generation, in this our time, we must rise. This generation of Biafra is more connected, more educated, and more global visible than any generation before. If we had this generation during the Civil War, there is no way we can lose the war. It is not possible. It is not possible. So in this generation, we have a lot in our own advantage. We have the internet, we have the social media, we have diaspora network, we have human rights connections, a digital megaphone that reaches the world instantly. The old tools of oppression do not work the same way anymore. except we allow it to work. It can never work the same way anymore. That is why we must not play with this opportunity that is presenting itself. This is the generation of visibility. This is the generation of awakening. This is the generation that must finish what our father started. We will finish it. We cannot leave this assignment for anybody. We will finish it. We will finish it done and dusted. That is why it is important that we must unify. We must call for unity among ourselves, among all the agitating groups. To every group, every zone, every leader, this is a time to come together. It doesn't matter whatever. That thing that unites us should make you to think again. No particular group owns the struggle. No group should undermine another. No group should place ego above destination. No group should place ego above destination. Every one of us agrees that we have one supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. At least that should be one thing that should push us forward. Our only destination is Biafra. The only mission we have is freedom. The only legacy we all follow is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which even our Prime Minister Mazi Nnamdi called himself a disciple from day one until when he was taken away. He said, "I am the disciple." Even when he was asked a question, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out, won't it be a battle between you and him? He said, that question shouldn't come in. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu position cannot be contested. He is the supreme leader of Biafra, while he himself is the prime minister. We have to send a strong message to the international community, to the world. We say this: Biafrans are peaceful people seeking justice and dignity. Our demand is rooted in international law. Every single demand we are making is rooted on international law. The right to self-determination. We ask the world to remain watchful. We ask the world to hear our cry. We ask the world to ensure justice for all people oppressed within Nigeria. And when I say this, I play the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again. There is a reason I'm playing this message. For those who are not Biafrans, who misunderstand our message, who speak against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they choose what they want to hear, and they choose the part of brokers that they want. I want you to hear this once again.
Who is under bondage in the zoo will be set free. I said everybody in bondage in the zoo will be set free. I don't hate anybody. I don't despise anybody. If I mention your ethnicity or your tribe, if I am a bit hard on them, know that I am specifically referring to those of them that they call their leaders, those who have led us this very blind alley, this very blind path, those of them that will continue to deceive, those that will continue to lie, those that will continue to prevaricate, those that cannot deliver any measurable or tangible developmental indices at all, in any way, shape, or form. We have come that the blind may see, not in the way they do it within Pentecostalism, but we have come to impart knowledge and reason. We start this very evening.
You heard the message from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. People choose what they want to hear. They say you give the dog a bad name to kill it. But as long as we are here, we will continue to give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a voice and let the world know what he stands for. When we say we must keep his legacy alive, this is it. And we can never allow anybody to take away that legacy that we must keep alive. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from, wherever you are joining us from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Kabiam to stand strong. If you have not shared this program, share it. I welcome my beloved brothers who have joined me on the platform this morning. I can see my brother Mazi Nnamdi, and I see Kristen there. So before I hand the mic over to my brother Chibueze, after Chibueze, then my brother Christian will take the mic. Before I hand you over the mic, let us just have a minute break, and then we will come back and we continue.
The oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome back. Thank you so much for your patience. Please, if you have not yet shared, share the program, invite somebody to join us. We are here to air our opinion. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. You must not agree with me in everything I say. You are entitled to your opinion. You have the right to present a superior argument. That is why we are here. In presenting and arguing and exchanging words here, people will be learning. And it will help people to go back and digest every single thing we have said and be able to come up with their own idea or their own answers or their own response. Your decision is yours. I will not take a decision for you. You have the right to take a decision. All we are doing here is to help you in the process of that your decision so that you wouldn't say you did not know. And you're not going to say that you took your decision because of what I said or what anybody is going to say here. It is left for you to apply your common sense that Chukwu has given all of us to decide the path to go. You're welcome, my beloved brother, Mazi Nnamdi. Go ahead and speak to us, Mazi Nnamdi. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Chus. I
You're
just
welcome.
want, you know what? I just want to first of all appreciate your effort, what you are doing for us. I don't know, we can pay you back, but we pray that Chukwokika will keep on strengthening you,
You see?
give you the support you need.
You see?
There were my brother. I was moved when I was listening to your, your words, and I know that this is hard time. We call on everybody, our governments, every faction, just like you uh, spoke about it. Whichever group you are, as long as you call yourself a Biafran, as long as you call yourself somebody who wants to be free, because it's not someone that will fight for you first. You are the one to bring yourself out. Then people can hear you. If your claims are value, there are people who will support you.
Yes.
Right from the beginning, I have hammered so much in exposure. For us, I call about, say, hey, many things we can do. Influencers that can be able to take our word out. We can be speaking individually. Yeah, but your words cannot carry weight until when people can shine light on what you are saying. And how would they shine light on what you're saying? They want to see evidence. I spoke about this. I wrote to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before he was adopted. I wrote to Mazi Simon Ekpa. I sent even he himself appointed people like Marawa said they should get my proposal and bring it. He never see light of day. Those are the things I reference for them. I still have the copy. They themselves can tell whether I'm lying or not. These are what I said. We need to publicize these things. We never know who will see our story and they can be able to buy it. There are a lot of people who are there to help. Look at what happened. Just only tweet. That's what Trump did. Look at what is going on now. And this is a crucial time that we should take advantage of this time. The world eyes on this matter. What are we doing? We need our government. Forget about, I know that there are a lot they're doing, but this is the urgency time that we need to tap into this time now and be able to showcase ourselves. We have a lot of evidence everywhere. Whatever evidence you have, this is the time to bring it out. This is the time to push it out for them to see, so that before someone will sympathize with you, they need to see evidence. It's not your cry. Just like as you said, it touched my heart. I was highly moved. I say, hey, this is the time we need to tell our people. The time we are looking for things is here. Our Igbo people, there's one adage says that you cannot be inside the water and the soap will still enter your eye. That's stupidity, because you need water to wash your eye. So now it is the time for us to wash our eye. It is in a platter of gold for us. Let's bring those evidence. Let those who call themselves the governing bodies, this is what they need to do. Let's push this and show these people. Before we were looking for them, now they're looking for us. This is when we have to plan our group, say, okay, go show these people. We push it and make sure they see that our cry. They see what we have been saying since, so that they know that it's true. I know they have let us not rely that, they have a lot. No. There is no volume of information that is too much.
Yes.
They need to have them. As it's still happening every day. There is no day that evil are not happening in that ground. So we need to push that for them to see it. Let's not sit back and assume that, oh, they have seen it or somebody have shown. No. Let's go and push. The little effort that we are making, raising a fund, this is time to cease every other thing that we are doing and use this fund now to push our information to the international community for them to see it. Anywhere, let's find influencers all over. I was amazed when I saw the rep for Austria was making an interview to either influencer or whoever in Austria. I was so happy about that. I said, this is what every country in diaspora need to do. Find influencers in that country that you are. Shine light to our cause. Show them. Play some clips of what is happening so that the people around that region will be able to see what we are going through. Not that, oh, they're killing us, oh, our head is new, people are dying. What is the evidence? People need to see the evidence so that they can be able to sympathize with you. So that not they say, you say. Look at what is happening. You know that the zoo will be able to use any amount they want to use. They can borrow money to make sure they counter whatever you say. See how Gumi is going around telling you, say, there is no problem, that they're killing them. They're killing them. Okay, look at what they played recently, a couple of days ago. They went and buy some imam. You see, it's just to make it look like, say, they are buying Christians and they're buying their people. No, yes. All these ones, maybe those ones they tell you, say they buy, they don't buy them, they hide them. Don't be surprised. These people, they're full of it. So if we understand, say, look at the strategy these people are playing, see how much they, okay, look at all these keys that they are adopting. People, they go burn their houses. It's okay, go to Plateau State. Check whole local government are being wiped away. They ran away to IDP camp. They tell you, say, oh, it was not this, they will turn it. They will say it's not Boko Haram, it's not terrorists, it's a header clash. Header clash will wipe away local government. See how that kind lies. And they will frame it, and some people will buy it. Some Christians, look at the Kan. People from Kan is coming out to say, oh, it is not a religious something. Why? Because they have paid them money. So we need to present our own argument with facts and figures, yes, so that the world can see what we are talking about. Not us shouting up and down, going up and down, this and that. They're saying the time has come. Whatever contribution we are making, this is the time to cease every other thing and push our story out. I thank you so much, my brother Choose, for bringing this out in the light so that our people will understand what we are talking about, that the time is now for us to do the needful. Let's call people like the influencers, wherever country we are. It is now that it's hot, so that more people will be able to come to help us. Check Nicki Minaj. She can our people, supporting, no matter how they plan to say it is Christian versus them. Yeah, I agree if they say that, but let's show facts and figures of what is happening in our land.
Yes.
They on.
Wow, we are losing him. I think a network issue. We are losing our brother. Check your network. We are losing you. We can't hear you anymore. We can't hear him anymore. Maybe a network issue. Okay, he can come back later on, or still admit him and let him complete his line of thought. You're welcome, Bro Max. You're welcome. My brother Christian, you're
Yeah,
there.
Mazi, choose morning.
You're welcome, Bro Christian. Unmute yourself. Go ahead and speak to us.
Yeah, it's unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. You see that this network issue, because this brother that just spoke, from the background and everything, I think he's calling from the United States.
I'm not
You
sure.
don't know?
I'm not sure. He's back. Yes, I'm not sure.
But it seems to me like he's calling from the US. Are you from there, my brother? Are you in the US?
We can't hear you. You are muted. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, sorry, man. I'm in the US. Yeah.
Exactly. You see, we don't shoot. We don't misfire.
Yeah.
We don't misfire. We've been on it a long time. So, do you wanna just finish up?
Yeah.
Before
Thank you, brother, man. Let me round up. So thank you so much. It's just like what I was saying, Mickey, Minaj, Kem, and supporting, because those are people who they are influencers. Their word carries weight. They say something, a lot of people will pay attention. Those are what we need to do, is to touch those influencers who can be able to echo our word. Your word, you may be saying it for years, decades, nobody will hear you. But when influencer carries your word, it will carry weight.
Yes.
Just like what I'm saying. They are showing what is happening in the Middle Belt. Why nobody showing the one that is happening in Biafra land? Because we are not packaging ourselves well. We need to package ourselves well. We need to show what is happening in our place. So that people, I see some documentaries, they're showing the checking point that is in the east. Why those ones are not coming out? Why they are buying our people, burning our houses? Why nobody showing it? Because we are not showcasing our own problem. Nobody will tell our story. We are the one to tell our story. But we have to do it in a right way, and people will be able to hear us. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone that is in the studio this morning to hear what we are going to say. As we keep on echoing this, let's echo it in a right way so that people can be able to hear us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. We appreciate you for that wonderful, wonderful contribution. That is what we are all here doing for solution. It is our battle. It is our battle, and every one of us have to take responsibility. Anyone you can do, any place you are, do it without waiting for anybody, without minding. Just like my brother said, packaging our issue the way it's supposed to be. If you don't package it well, nobody's going to talk about it. Sometimes when you bring this topic up, some people will say, oh, they have all the information. We have shown it to them. We have given it to them. That is not enough. That is this thing my brother just spoke about here, now packaging and getting the right people, going to the right. There are so many ways to go it. There are certain people that will talk about an issue, and even an influencer that will talk about the issue. That issue will never leave the internet for the next 1 month. People you don't expect to begin to pay attention. So we have to begin to package ourselves properly. Target our things the way it should be to get to it. Don't say we have done it before, or they won't listen to us, or they... No. Let us stop that one. Continue to do it over and over again. There is nobody saying that there is no global conspiracy. We know about the global conspiracy. We know about all the hindrances that we have, but that will not stop us from doing what we are supposed to do. We have to continue until we get to our destination. My brother Christian, take the mic, go ahead and speak to us.
Yeah, okay. These are some of the things we've said in the past too, and it's important. And I'm happy that our brother, I can't say the name properly because I don't have my glasses, but it's good that he re-echoed it, So because for me, should I say like a low point in all this whole thing, where it really, really touched me was the fact that since this whole thing's been going on, the entire committee that was set up in United States, so not even one did we see a Biafran who comes in there to give a testimony and explain our position, So for me, it was really, really, I feel like, because on individual basis, we can do what we do individually, right? Like speaking on channels, on platforms, stuff like that, talking to people. But as a group or whatever collectives, the issue is different. The strength and the depth is different from when an individual like us speaks. So, but the fact that throughout, I didn't see it, not even one. And they got some Biafrans or Igbos to testify in that congressional hearing. And these were one Nigerianist. Therefore, they don't, our interest as Biafra, people who want to be free, it's not their priority. We saw it, we watched when they came in there to talk about. In fact, some say that there's nothing like Christian genocide. There's a lady that testified, and she's an Igbo woman. He said that it's not just as simple as, calling it Christian genocide. So that, again, like I said, that really, really make me, to come to the conclusion that we have to be doing our best and be praying to God that these of our two leaders at least get released, so that because I see the rest as jokers. I've said this severally, and I don't make shy or anything to say, because I know why I say. When I say that, I know why I use the language like that. Some might think it's too harsh or whatever, but I know why I say it, because again, for example, like in the UK here, okay, I do write-ups. I write in so many platforms. Some will correspond with me. Even Piers Morgan, I told you how he replied me one time. But the thing is that, like in the UK, we know that the UK government, they are a major hindrance. They are an obstacle towards our freedom. It's clear by now. Everybody can attest to that. So if you go to wherever the parliament, well, they won't even allow you because they don't want to hear it. We see how much they are fighting to suppress, to cover up the genocide, the atrocity that they jointly committed against Biafrans. And they don't want it to see the light of day. So we know all these things. It's more like a reputation, but they don't want that. Now, but like in the United States, especially now, as this brother just said, with this Trump administration that God brought in a time like this, there's a purpose for it, and everybody must tap into it, seize the moment, and get yourself in order, like the word you use, package. So it's a little bit frustrating that he's not going to be there forever. I think he has maybe 3 years, and hopefully the Republican like J.D. Vance, who also advocates strongly for the protection of Christians, takes over. But politics, you just never know. It changes, right? So that is why it's good, taking advantage of situations when you have it. But we continue to push and do the little we can. And thank you so much, brother, for highlighting it. America is the seat of power. That is where it all begins, and it ends there for the most part. If they call it, if they recognize you, the world recognizes you, and if they don't, nothing. You nobody. It is what it is. So all right, brother, choose. Maybe I'm still around anyway. Let brother Max come in. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. You have spoken well. Just like my brother said. It is very important. That is why we are calling for this unity. We have to speak in one voice. Some of the divided voices we are having is part of the problem, that we are not being represented properly. Just like the video I saw, you see somebody coming out to begin to talk about the declaration of Biafra as being on the 2nd. Meanwhile, what the world saw on the television that was televised was 29th of November.
100%, yeah.
The whole world saw it. It was 29th of November. Then how can you now come and you begin to address, and you can wonder if they decide to make invitation to us, you can wonder how somebody who is observing from the outside will say, what's going on? I saw this thing, it was done on the 29th of November, 2024. Then why is this man saying 2nd of December? Just because maybe you have some little disagreement, just because you want it to be designed in your own part, you decide to ignore the fact that what you are saying is detrimental to the progress of what we are doing.
Yeah, that is very bad.
Very, very bad. Some people put their own ego, their own pride above every other thing. Let it be that it's from me. No. It should be Biafran first at all time. We are not perfect. Everything is not good in any direction. Some of us have made grievous mistakes. But when you remember what we are fighting for, Biafra, everything should be about Biafra, not about you, not about who says this or who said that or who did this and who did what. Just because you want it to look somewhere, such kind of a thing creates distraction. It creates division. It creates problems. It hinders a lot of things. And that is why we are calling for this unity of purpose. Unity of purpose. You can decide to be in any group you want to be, but please don't do things that will be detrimental to the progress of what we are doing. Certain things that the whole world already seen and known, and you begin to deny it. At the same time, claim that this is what we are looking for, is what you are looking for. I don't know how it sounds to others, but for me, that doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good at all.
Can I just add quickly before Brahma is coming? Yeah, that date of November 29 is generally recognized. We all saw it. So you may not like, I don't like, how can I say it now? The steps, the things that one would expect USB under Ngozi Orebeze or Dr. Ngozi Orebeze to do. I'm not pleased. I don't think they are doing, they are doing what they're writing, quite all right. But that will not take away from the fact that she led the declaration on the 29th November.
You can't begin to deny that simply because of one.
Because you don't like the way she's going about it. You don't do that because you're not going to have a second or third redeclaration. It's been declared, and we stick to that. The world saw it. And anybody saying December or whatever, you are just, I don't know, you are just being mischievous because nothing happened on December 2nd or whatever. The only thing that happened on that November 29th, if I'm not mistaken, which Dr. Ngozi Orebeze led. So we must put all the bitterness and bigre aside and focus on the real thing. That is our freedom. That should be above every other thing, So yeah, so I've just previously made my point that I expected them. It doesn't necessarily have to be she herself, It could have been anybody from the organization who push through and give testimony and let them know that this whole genocide, Christian genocide, has been going on. And there are congressmen there like Chris Smith and so many others who are aware of it, but they want you to say it. They want you to come out and show. You cannot just assume that because they know. Therefore, that is the end of it, that you expect them to do something because they know. No. You have to keep pushing. And even if we know that the conspiracy, the general global conspiracy headed by the British, we still have to keep on pushing. We cannot. So that is my point. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my brother. You just said it, and that is where I was actually going to. You might not agree with everything that people are doing or whatever, but that will not make you to destroy what every one of us have done collectively together and what we are pursuing. And that is why when I talk about this, I talk about everybody taking responsibility. Take responsibility, everybody. For me, as I stand today, I don't hope on anybody or focus on anybody. I don't put my hope on anybody. I'm talking about Biafra that concerns every one of us. There are people that stands out in this issue of Biafra today that we know that are the symbol that we are using to work. So for you to do anything, you begin to use words that you know that are controversial or what is going to cause confusion, and no, it doesn't make sense. You're not doing anything. So those of us who are on that path should change from that path. If you have decided to work under a different umbrella, Just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kept it open and said, if you know what you will do to get Biafra, go ahead and do it. And Mazi Simon Ekpa did the same thing. He said, in this Biafra cause, if you feel you are the one that is going to get it, go ahead and get it. When you get it, we will go to Biafra with you. If we get it before you, we will also get to Biafra. But at the end of the day, this same Biafra will have a law that will decide whatever we have done, if we have done right or wrong. And we will be punished according to the law. Just like those of us who are coming online. Everything I'm saying online will stand against me on that day. Maybe when Biafra come, I'll be invited one day in the court to say, I said this, I said it. It's left for me to defend what I have said online then. But at this point in time, when we are pursuing, let us focus on that particular thing that connects us together.
Yeah. My brother,
pushing out all those distractive languages and all these things.
Yeah, my brother, before you go on, can I chip a little thing, please, before the next person come in?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother that spoke after me. I appreciate your contribution. But I just wanted to clear some little thing. I'm not in the government. I'm not, but I support what we are doing because I am a Biafran. So the thing that is going on is that these groups, you see, or these other groups, either their selfish interests or their ego, because I can't really imagine what is going on, is that they are fighting to destroy what we are building. So you may see that maybe this group is not working hard or the other group are not working hard. It's because they're fighting each other. Ngozi started and start from scratch again to build her own way up. Because the other people hijack everything to make it look that they want her to make sure she never succeed. So that is the problem we are going. Some people may see her like, oh, she's not working fast enough. Nothing is happening because it's not easy to start afresh, to build, to be able to get something reasonable when the other people are coming to destroy you. So that is the thing. So please let people. I was in Finland. I went for everything that I got. I'm not in the government, but I am a supporter. I do my own best to make sure we put our quest forward. Let's everybody forget about all these groups that are doing that. I spoke to many of them. I called them privately, spoke to them, say, hey, remember what we are looking for. Remember what is our own agenda. So let's focus on our agenda. Let's not focus on individuals. But no, because most of these people are eating from the problem. So when they, just like what happened to Wazirike, I just want to give you that example. What happened? He died down, right? But it happened to Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu never died down. Say, no, I want what I want, and that is the final. So these people that are coming in, you see them in here. Some of them are not in here for the same thing we are in. Some of them are in here for what they're going to do. Look at Ikengu Uruagụ. Now Ikengu Uruagụ is the one even calling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist. Can you see why? Because they have paid him money, because he has getting something from the other side. Most of them came out. It's not because of for them to get what we need, but to see what they will get out of it. But the English people says the ends justify the means, not the beginning. But let's all keep on doing, just like as I my opening remark, I said we all have to package ourselves so that people will see what we are talking about with facts and figures. As we keep on pushing this out, this will help us to be at the edge. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that very submission. Thank you so much. Bro Max, unmute yourself and speak to us, Bro Max.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mazi Chicks. Good morning to you.
Good morning to your wife and your family. And glory be to God that He gave you the strength that He has given you to always stand for the Biafran people in defense of my mother's ancestral land. Mazi Chiweze, I salute you. May God continue to bless you as well. Mazi Christian, they will. Mazi Chiweze, I don't think I have not seen you on this platform before. Let me put my camera on.
I know you.
I've not seen you.
Okay, man. I do come in. Thank you for coming in. Sometimes I don't know what
he used to come in, not always.
Yeah.
And I believe that no matter how small it is, Chukwokike Abiyama, the God of my mothers in Biafra land, will magnify whatever that we have done. And ndị Igbo, because azụrụ m na ndị Ngwa, azụrụ m na ndị Igbo, na Biafra ka azụrụ m. And I have to tell us today that mmiri ndị Igbo tụrụ ilulu ha sị na mmiri dọrọ n'ite dọrọ n'ezi ọ dọrọ nwa nkịta. There is nobody that is going to take that water away from you apart from the dog that will drink it. May God bless each and every one of you, and may God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wherever he is. No matter the plans against him, may God never allow it to work. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, may God continue to strengthen him, bless him as well. Every allegations against him, I pray that Chukwokike Abiyama would touch the minds of those people that are holding him simply because they are in bed with Nigeria, that they have collected contracts from Nigeria and speak the way they are speaking. You see, on the 29th of November 2024, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, was taken away from the Biafran people. When they took him away, they thought that Biafra will not come. The declaration will not go on. But that beautiful lady, very strong and articulate, with the support of the Biafran people, declared Biafra on the 29th in Finland. And here we are today. On that day, I remember because I watched it live, Michael Rubin called in and made very serious, he gave us some advices that we're supposed to follow. Till today, I have not heard some of these advices implemented or carried out. There is nothing you will do on this earth if America is not with you. You are going to lose. You will lose, especially when you are starting. Especially when you are in this type of condition where the Biafran people are with Nigeria. Nigeria can spend any amount of money in order to push out their own narrative. That was the army, that was the government and the army that I said. They can do anything to make sure they rubbish that truth and make it a lie to the people that are hearing you. That is the attitude of Nigeria. If you can see, I think about 2 or 3 or 4 days ago, women, about 9 of them or 10 of them or 11 of them were shot dead in Adamawa State. Women, they had no arms. They had nothing with them. They were only protesting. VDM went there. That was the video that I saw. I was watching it before I came in here. He went there, they opened up those, the cups and showed him. And when the eyewitnesses were describing it, they told the world that they were singing. Even the soldiers, when they came, they were also dancing with them. But all of a sudden, they unleashed their bullets, leveled their barrels of gun at them, and so many of them are dead today, and plenty are hospitalized as we speak. This is what they've been doing to Biafran people ab initio from the beginning. This is what they've been doing to Biafran people. I told our people, Mazi Chuks will bear me witness. I said it, we have considerable amount of Biafrans in the United States. Even my own family, I have close to about 20-something of them living in Norwalk, California. Michael Ribun advised us that whatever you have to do, he mentioned, I think, about 3 or 4 departments: the Pentagon, the White House, the Congress, and so many of them. He mentioned that if we are forceful and if we really want Biafra to come, that Biafra will come depending on how we persuade, how we enter, find our way, and enter into these places: the Pentagon, the White House, the Congress, the House of Representatives. These places are where decisions in this world are made. America has never agreed, to tell you the powers of America, America has never agreed to fight Putin, with what is going on in Ukraine. But Trump is telling Zelensky to cede some portions to Russia. That is the peace plan Trump is standing on. Because Trump has never gone in there, gone a-blazing. The rest of the NATO members cannot, would dare not. They dare not. They won't go. They will not. So this is where our hope is. Igbo-speaking Biafrans have their populations in United States of America. I've been singing this. If I were in America, I'm not saying that you people in America are not doing anything. But if I'm there in America, if I were there in America, they will see me marching. 1 month protest, I will go to White House. As long as I have my stay and my documents, I am legal in that place. Nobody's going to chase me out. I will do a 1 month protest on daily basis, depending the kind of work I am doing. I've been saying this. Ndị be anyị, ndị Biafra, mmadụ anakwa anọ na mmiri ncha abaghị anya. In few years, Trump will go. We do not know who is going to replace him. You know what the Democrats will do. We do not know who is going to replace him after his tenure. This is the Emengwangwa Emehara Odachi. Ndị Igbo Emengwangwa Emehara Odachi. This fighting amongst ourselves, irrespective of where you belong to. Me, I belong to the United States of Biafra. And I will not live there until I have a reason to leave them. Any group that you are in, remember that what is joining us together is Biafra. Biafra, just the same way Biafra is sacrosanct to me, a Ghanaian. I believe that Biafra must also be sacrosanct to you people whose both parents are in Biafra land. You don't need me to come and tell you to fight for your father's land. I will support in any way I can. I will support, and I'm doing it. I wish each and every one of us, because as no ihe mere n'anya na-emekwa n'ime onye metimi mana ebe a na-agwa ọgụ na-aga aba n'anya ma anyị tinyekwana ya ose na-afụ ụfụ n'anya. I salute each and every one of you, and I believe that God will strengthen us to make sure that we do the right things. And the right thing that we have to do is not to antagonize each and every one of us, bring everybody irrespective of our disagreements and so on, but to remember that you must not do anything, even if you don't agree with me, don't do anything that is going to affect the struggle, the sovereignty of Biafra and its recognition and those that we are fighting for in my mother's ancestral land. Thank you so much, and may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to bless you, prosper you, open up ways for you, because if God enlarges your wallet, you will also contribute for the safety and the protection of my mother's land. Thank you so much for having me. I will be here because my phone battery is about 15%. So I will be here with you. When it goes off, then Ebo Kunyoro, I will some more. Thank you so much. And may God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for that wonderful, wonderful speech you just made. We are doing it. It's not easy. People are contributing. Even sometimes, Bro Mike will be in his farm. While he's farming, he will still come in to speak. Look at our brother Mazi Nnamdi. It is definitely midnight where he is now. It is midnight. He should be asleep. When you look at him, you should know he should be asleep. But because of the fact that this is something that concerns every one of us, people spare their time to come. Our brother here who is speaking, the bro Christian, is in his work. He will be in the working place, he will speak and he will go and attend to his job and do that. That is how important it is. So none of us have that luxury of time. We all have what we are doing outside this very struggle. But because of how important it is, we are not doing it for personal praises or personal glory or for anything. It is something that has to do with every one of us. Our life is at stake. And we'll give it everything we have to make sure that we achieve what we want to achieve. Our freedom, it is about Biafra, not about any man. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that Biafra is above him. He himself, that Biafra is bigger than him. So it is not about one man. That is when you see people trying to prove themselves to show that you are the one doing it and all that, and you end up destructing what you are doing. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So I want us to also listen. There's a message that I got from that. This our sister Lolo Nneka also preached. Then I want to bring up that message of Lolo Nneka. And before I bring the message of Lolo Nneka, I know some people disagree with her, but I have said it time and time again in this platform that we must not agree on everything. It is free. We are free to disagree on certain things. But there is one thing that unites all of us. One thing that unites all of us, that we have a common enemy that is holding us captive. We have a common enemy that is holding us captive. But whatever you are doing, as long as you're not standing in the way of your own brother, whatever angle you think that this is the angle you follow, this is the angle you follow to achieve that freedom, continue to do it, but don't be a hindrance to the other person. As long as not is a hindrance, I don't care. I don't care. It only becomes a problem to me when you become a hindrance. When you are saying something that's going to be an obstacle, a detrimental to our progress. That is when I see you as an enemy. But as long as you are doing anything that I know that we can tap into it, we can have an advantage in it, we can take advantage of what you are saying to achieve what we want. We will continue to dialogue. We will continue to reach out. We will continue to follow up everybody and give other people's voice to speak. And through all this means, we make sure that the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the voice of Mazi Simon Ekpa, is not silenced. Let us hear from this our sister, Lolo Nneka, what she has to say.
Babibu, ekele mono, Lolo Nneka Chimeze na-ekwu, anyị na-ewetakwara n'ọnọdụ Igbo. Biko, onye ọbụla bụ onye Igbo furu Igbo n'anya, ọ dị mma Igbo na-amasị, biko nye aka tụsaa ihe a. M na-achọ ikwu n'ụtụtụ a maka ayụyọ ka m ji bịa. Ndị m chọrọ ikwu maka ha n'ụtụtụ a bụ ndị IPOB, ndị indigenous people of Biafra. Achọrọ m ịgwa ndị Igbo, achọrọ m ịma onye na-aghọta ya otu o ji aghọta ya, and all the blackmail na after the war, after 1967 to 1970 Nigerian Biafran Civil War, the best thing that has happened to Ndi Igbo again was IPOB. The formation of IPOB, the coming together of the old eastern states, our youth. I remember here Effiong, General Effiong Gukuru, wanna hand over, wanna surrender to Nigerian government. Also, treat the children of Biafra well, otherwise they will rise again. Now, Guinea, but the rise of IPOP. I be a chopotana the no victor, no vanquished. A declarer. Towards the end of the war. Wayo. Call I mean here just to let these people surrender. Maka ha huna no ga alo wakwo Ghana. Ha nwekwa ike iji ihe la ha kwete to that surrender. Mana ha continue to the war in guerrilla style using federal might. Na-eji federal might. Na chote ka ha suppress agbondi Igbo. The beginning ya wo mgbe Chief Obafemi Awolowo nyere no victor, no vanquish. You and the man 22 naira. Mgbe Awolowo bidoro show where his might. Zik would have risen with his people to defend. Which I responded. Now, here's the could well surrender to Nigerian troop. One not surrender and agra wipe we agreed. Okay, fine. After the war ended, when they started using federal might, because I believe accepting that to naira was the beginning of accepting defeat. From that day on, and with the subsequent policies against Ndi Mana Chineke mekwe due to unity, love. That was how we rose. Makandi nekuni bahudu onwe hananya. Adim sure Nandi Yoruba as a nation would have survived the war. Hagada de alanya for one case survive ya survive. Nda osaga survive. So on get to ayai the uniqueness of the Igbo man, which always studied all over the world. And that's from Kandi boy no Cambro Hera get proud of yourself. Yena again as Zobiala. Again, and the mother knew Queen Honey who can bring guy down. Now, Kihandana got Otu teach and a she in protest to most of him and the Ebana on an Akbabundi, whereby naming Yombula. Check Agakuta Handi, you know, people started reacting to Ihan Pabu and the Bowden on the Nana Batam Pabu. So Otu teach and a selitation in the prominent one war Mosop, was Rikeji. Was it Biama Choi, Ndi because on our go. And with the political leadership Zeki build through leadership of maybe Nigeria in your condition. I think Zeke accepted it. Come we can flow with the federal government and Doya lead the new generation politicians.
I agree
so
with
that
you.
foundation
100%.
You see, this my sister always hits some very, very solid points.
Yeah, she's good.
That is why this lady is a journalist, not just an Igbo woman. She's a journalist and a very sound one at that. Anybody that is attacking her message or whatever, it means you are not being you're not being very observant. It's just like this message she's giving here, and she's using that word IPOP. She said the greatest thing that happened to Igbo people is IPOP. Some people are going to pick offense because she did not mention their group. Some will pick offense because she didn't call their name. But I bet you that every single one of us, we are all indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB.
100%.
So I want people to begin to see this, when they use this term IPOB, don't get angry. These people are in Nigeria. There are certain things they will not use. There are certain titles they will not use. There are certain languages they will not use when they are talking. Don't remove yourself from whatever discourse is being put in place. When she's making this call for the unity of IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, it includes every single one of us from the old South.
Can I say something?
Regardless the group where you belong. Somebody want to say anything?
Mazi, can I say something?
Okay, go ahead.
Can I say something here?
Go ahead.
Look, you see, no matter how anybody celebrates Nnamdi Azikiwe, I will not celebrate him, because what we are going through today emanated from him.
Yeah, I agree.
Nnamdi
Did you hear what she
Azikiwe,
said? She wasn't
if
celebrating
Nnamdi,
Azikiwe.
I understand. You see,
Okay.
I'm going somewhere. If he openly supported, he was one of the most recognized African, Pan-Africanists as at that time. Even when Nnamdi Azikiwe was talking, Kwame Nkrumah was still in school in the US, and he prevailed upon Kwame Nkrumah, our eternal leader here, to study in the US. Why I recognize him as my elder statesman in my mother's ancestral land, I only recognize him as an elder statesman in my mother's ancestral land. But there are places I have qualms with him. This man, Nnamdi Azikiwe, did not support Ojukwu, his own brother. He called Ojukwu a rebel leader and warned France that was supporting Ojukwu that time. If you go back, go and look at the white people that were in the war front with the Biafran people. These were French Foreign Legion, the legionnaires that were supporting. I am telling you. But this man opened up and said that France must stop supporting the rebels. And those rebels are you, the products of Ifyong, the products of Ojukwu, and all our uncles and aunties that fought for that war. We are sharing on that rebel connotation Nnamdi Azikiwe mentioned as at that time. That is why I don't recognize him. Anywhere I hear this man's name, I become infuriated, honestly speaking. Anytime I hear his name mentioned, I remember what he did to his own brother, Ojukwu, and the people of Biafra. The suffering of Biafrans today was caused by him. Even when Awolowo was telling him, when the Northerner Southerners was saying Araba, he was in the forefront, going there to tell them, we are one people. That one people is what is killing the Biafrans today. Ayo, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, ka ihe ndị a na-aga otu dị iche iche na-eselitechi isi in protest to most of ihe ndị ebe a na-arụ ọrụ na-akpagbu ndị Igbo, ebe a na-eme ihe ọbụla cheke a ga-akụtu ahịa ndị Igbo, you know, people started reacting to ihe mkpagbu, and ndị Igbo ahụ dị ndị na-anabata mkpagbu. So otu dị iche iche na-eselitechi, nke the prominent one wo Mosop nke Ụwazurike ji Ụwazurike abịa ma choi ndị Igbo so because ọ na-agụ ha agụ. And ụdị political leadership Zik bilduru n'ala Igbo, leadership of mgbe e bidoro ịkpagbu Nigeria ahụ inye condition, I think Zik accepted it ka o nwee ike na-flow with the federal government, and ọ ya lead the new generation politicians. So that foundation na-enyega anyị nsogbu maka ịchọ ịbịa mkpagbu ahụ ruru everywhere. Ịchọ ka eme gị minista, of course ị ga-pledge to be loyal to Nigeria, not to your tribe. So ihe ahụ ruzie, our political leaders are not representing us, some of them, because they are not representing us. So ndị mmadụ a na-achọgharị way to create a leader. Well, a na-elege Ojukwu na-ekwukwa olu ọ ga-ekwu mgbe ha na-alụkwa olu ọ ga-alụ. Try ya ka ọma ma ọ ga-eshape Mosop. Due to Ojukwu support, ndị mmadụ eju na Mosop aha na-aga, mana mgbe ahụ the moment Obasanjo nwa nwụrụ Ụwazurike ti ya na nga, ọnọdụ dị 3 months ya ngapụta, but turn ya into his business empire. Of course, ndị mmadụ na-enyo ihe a na-ahụ awado ihe a na-ahụ ndị na-apụ, which Nnamdi Kanu was one of them. So emechazie ha form IPOP. It was a spectacular organization. it was fantastic the way they organized themselves and put this pressure in the whole world, not just in Nigeria, without destruction. I am where areas OPC. Only on a Lagos from 1993, we go to 1998, 1999. Abiola declare now president to when Emre arrest na OPC na gbari ihe ọkụ na-enye nsogbu everywhere. Na-egbu ma police ma army. Mana ihe dị iche na anyị na ndị Yoruba ha na-eme ihe a, we don't castigate them, we don't have time. Okay? Mana ihe ọbụla ha hụ ndị Igbo na-eme ha achịkọ ga ya ọnụ na blackmail the thing. Even go on onwe gị nwe the thing, you begin to shake, shiver. And ejimohara na agwa ndị bai o ruole mgbe anyị ga na-call ya bluff. All this they are ranting. In fact, onye Yoruba complain nwa sị aya ndị emete emesiwe ihe hi kemara sị na-emete. Onye Yoruba agaghị complain n'oge n'ihe na-anaghị emete. Ọta asụsụ anyị na-efu nwe ike na ha litesi gị na language de onwe dị ike. Kama ha na-eto na anyị na-agụ akwụkwọ na anyị na-asụ bekee. So anytime ha hụ ịnwe ha gwawara gị sị gị na complain na ihe a why ka ije meshi ka ndị onye ha na-eme ihe Tinubu na-eme na complain na ihe a ya meshi ka ya mara na ọ na-eme to his own interest. So ụmụaka wee pụta were protest, organizing themselves were media. Anyị na-enyokwe na ha until Nnamdi Kanu abịa gaa nga nke mbụ ọga kwechiri ha nyecha condition for release ya pụtakwa violate those conditions na achụkwa ndị ba the passion, the pressure was too much. Yeah, we win loyalty ndị Igbo maka a na-win loyalty ndị Igbo win, and once iji hali ike nweta hala ihu isi ha mee ha nabata ndị ka onye ga na-edu ha. To them, they will treat you as God. And don't hear who mere Nnamdi Kanu ihe a wee mebe ndị ashiri ike. The first prison Nnamdi Kanu, in fact, on that Buhari mgbe ahụ asọ nwụrụ ndị a were pressure so nwoke chaya ọka chaya like this oke mmadụ kpọọ nkụ emegide ihe ha alụgo ọgụ. Uche Mmefo was wonderful as Nnamdi Kanu's vice. In fact, I don't know what happened. Manage mohere na akpuche mefe bobula ino. Ihe obula sheru n'okwu. Mana na pop out here about you. Nnamdi Kanu, Ikengura, Ijele, Chinasa, okwu, Elaha Keno na Finland, Elewa Hayano. Unu niile. IPOP represents the defense of Igbo land right now. So, egwuregwu na politics unu ji eme. At the same time, they destroy their Igbo, na zota. And all carelessness so na keji their blackmail na Igbo na zo so na egbu ndị na azo na azo. That is why I took it upon myself lanu lo cover ya pụta. Si na ọnwụ na ụmụaka nwere ike inwe this courage ime ihe ha na-eme, I can contribute. Mwa leader Igbo Women Assembly. What can our organization do to encourage them lanu lo wee chọpụtara na-eme na agbanyeghị wee kọwaa ya Igbo niile wee mara ihe na-eme ruo taa. Maka na anyị bịara lele jide ndị isi those politicians anyị na-achọ afọ ha, jide ha, rope ha in, ha kwete ha give in to blackmail IPOP. And again, IPOP bịazọ dịka IPOP na challenge their authority. So ilekatakwa anyị hụ na oke ọhịa ka ha ji wee kwete, mana ha nwe ama ha na ndị ha na-achọ ka ha bịa nyere ha aka gbajie IPOP aka nwere interest nke ha nara ya ala Igbo, just like Afonja did. Afonja na ndị Fulani ya akpọ ha bịa nyere ya aka gbuo eze ka ya wure eze, not knowing na ha eze ha na-agụkwa ha agbuzie eze gbuo ya were eze. Ihe mere n'ala Igbo ọ bụ ụzọ dị mma na Charles Soludo na Okezi Ikpeazụ na Umahi feel no ka ha were federal might kpite bịa gbajisi IPOP aka ha ma na federal government agụ iwerekwa ala Igbo na agụ ha. So federal government abịazie dị a chizie confusion n'ime ndị Igbo ka anyị na-atụzi onwe anyị aka ha nọ n'okpuru so anyị ka akwụ na-achọrọ ịchọ anyị achụ. Chukwu mebere ndị lite na lụkwa tụweze mkpu dị na ya wee mepe anya. So ihe m na-arịọ unu n'ụtụtụ a biko n'udo. Nnamdi Kanu akarịala Nnamdi Kanu and his family. Nnamdi Kanu na property ndị Igbo. Igbos are bleeding. Ndị Igbo na-eri uju, ọ na-ewute onye ọbụla. Ka m gwa gị ma politicians so ma onye ọbụla ma uru Nnamdi Kanu bara. asa ayada ana m agwa gị ụgba uche mefọ Chinasa Mazi aha nna gị aha nke nọ na Finland, why ka m ji echefu aha this guy ike ngụrụ agụ ngụ ọnụ ha na-akụeri ihe ọnụ na-akụeri na social media ike ngụrụ agụ kesh na osiawa ijele ka ọsọ nọ ngụ ọnụ ha akọ ihe ọnụ na-akọ mgbe ọ seta anyị niile ka ọ ga-emeta ọsọ nọ na Lagos ọsọ nọ anywhere ngụ ọnụ maka a ga-ebu ụzọ egbu. So now you know, anum niile wungo no hana no na IPOP, whatever it is, shield your sword. Baklata no again. Because abiatim hu no dị ko no bia joyi. Mgbe ji Nnamdi Kanu na before obodo oyibo onwugo ọkụ all over the world. Hapụrụ ihe ndị Yoruba na-agụ social media nakọta asụsụ ndị Igbo hụ. Ha menwuru protest. Ha kwunwuru okwu. Ha pụta nwere apụta nwoke mmadụ na ego lakpo. Mana unu kwuru unu ruo na London na watch everywhere. Unu ruo na America na watch everywhere. Unu wee daa ụda. Kedu ka unu ga-esi kwe ka ọ marịcha ihe a unu mere? Bibie ebe unu na-ege ọnụ ndị ụwa. Uche ma fanụ m mgbe gị la-asarị dịka ụbọ chọrọ ime ama m ihe asụrụ. Mgbe ahụ ka ume lupụrụ m. Maka ama m what asarị stands for. Asarị wụ a contractor. Inye ya ego onye isi ya ga-agbuo ya agbuo. Where you have the blueprints. Ya chekro form one ya baba gị aga n'ụlọ Sunday mmadụ akwa ịpụta gị na-atọ IPOP aka. Ihe mebi a na-emezi. Ana m ayọ unu ụmụnne anyị ndị nọ na diaspora, ọkacha ndị nọ na diaspora. Ngụ ụnụ ha na chalie IPOP mbụ. Unu hụsa. Nsogbu anyị na-enwe anaghị m alike ime comparison. Mana sọsọ ihe mma na-enye anyị nwa bụ ndị Igbo nsogbu kemgbe ndị ọcha bịa wakpo anyị destroy ya the leadership foundation ndị okenye anyị nwe. We've not been able to form a good leadership movement. Nke wụ na anyị bido ha n'ihe even ndị ọzọ fenifere anụwawo Igbo Union ka ejiri mụrụ ya ndị Northern Elders adịghị ihe ajọ ọsọ fọm ọhụrụ ndị Igbo wu ndị nwere Igbo Union mmere ebe ha nọkọtara ọnụ ozugbo agha siri ha agbakọ lụọ agha. Ihe a ga-enwe part 2 because ọ tere aka. Watch out for the part 2.
Before we go into the part 2, my brother Christian, you have something to say on this speech. I think she said a lot, and I agree with almost everything that she said there. I totally agree with, and she touched some very, very important and emotional aspect of this very issue, what we are seeing. Sometimes when you sit back and you look back, just like Uchemefo he mentioned, we know how Uchemefo worked. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went in the first time, he did a great job. He was able to hold the ground until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came out. All of a sudden, he became a different thing. Today, look at somebody like Ken Guruago, who has been advocating for Biafra for more than a decade in the front line. Today, look at what he's doing. And so many other people like that. So it is very, very sad. And I wish that they can listen to this call to retrace their step. Whatever anger you have, whatever you feel has not been done the way you want it to be done, there is no need for you to destroy that thing that every one of us has suffered for, simply because of your own personal ego. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, this sister Lolo Nega, she made a valid point. She said it so wisely and nicely. She's a unifier, and that is a good place to be. And this sister in France, for whatever reason, maybe her level of understanding, she came out forcefully to castigate her. We talked about it because it's good to put things in perspective. That is why I raised the issue yesterday. You remember I raised this issue yesterday, right?
Yes.
Because it's good that we clarify stuff so that our people, home and abroad, will be understanding what exactly is going on. Then for this one in France, it's possible that, again, her level of understanding, because she seriously was condemning this, our sister, but she was wrong, and but hopefully she will understand it at some point. She's playing the role of a unifier because we need that. And when you talk about Nkengi Iruagu or Uchemofo or whatever, yes, different people have played different role that are detrimental, to our freedom now. But at the same time, her call for unity is a good one. And when we get there, at the end of the day, everybody will have to answer to their role they play.
Exactly.
But it's important that, first of all, we have that unified force to get ourselves, first of all, out of this evil contraction, out of this shackle called Nigeria. So when that is done, we can now have an in-house, stuff like that. It's a fact. But she did. She's acknowledged her part, and she's an intelligent woman because she's also willing and able to understand when she's wrong and make amends. That is what it's all about. Ability.
Yeah. Just like somebody wrote on the comment section, our brother Daniel wrote on the comment section, he said, my brother Chooks, she make points, but she come late.
Exactly.
She is now with us. That's the most important thing, that she is now making sense. We know that many of them have been silent, and it is understandable that when you are in the zoo, you must always try to put certain people on. There are certain things we don't have to take against people. And I've said it time and time again. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, first of all, it's better late than never, isn't it?
Yes.
And more so, you also have to take into consideration the fact that she is sitting there, right there in the zoo. And in life, until you put yourself in someone else's position, you will never understand it fully. It's not easy to do certain things. We know. So she's just an intelligent woman, because, like you said in this video, everything she said is as agreed, except, but just one. But it's also understandable, given the environment, given where the fact that she's there with them, right? So when he said that our governor, like she's trying to give them a pass, because for me, as a person, I know that, they are part of the problem. They are not part of solution, the governors in our land. So, but it's okay, because these guys, they are conscious. These are soulless individuals, and they are still willing and ready to kill more Biafrans. I'm telling you the gospel truth. So these are not people you can joke with. You have to be careful when you deal with them, because these are not occultism and ritualism. This is the name of the game when it comes to Nigeria. You may not like it, but it is what it is. This is what they are all involved in Nigerian politics. Okay. So, and there's one thing, I think Brahmas raised it a little bit earlier. That is that Nnamdi Azikiwe, for whatever it is, I think he played a very, very detrimental role when it comes to Biafrans and Igbo as a whole. Why do I say that? Is that back then, he was arguably the most recognizable face in Africa, or from Africa. He was. This is somebody that when he speaks, the world listens. That was the level of clout that he had back then, because he was well read, and he has everything going for him. But for whatever reason, maybe personal reason, maybe, I don't know, I can't really put my finger on it, why he played the role he played, given the fact that Ahmadu Bello, Northerners, and Awolowo, they were all showing you very clearly like an ethnic card. They were playing ethnic card, and he saw it. So how is it that you did not know that egu na-esu no? So you have to, if your home is not okay, then you will not be okay outside, because when the chips are down, you come back home, and if that home is not conducive, then you have no place to go. So he played this whole naive or selfish role. I don't know why he chooses to do that. About history, it cannot be wiped away. We remain there because Ahmadu Bello was telling him that we are different people. As Ahmadu Bello was saying that, Awolowo was saying the same thing, that this is just a mere geographical entity, that we are not one. But he was telling them that we should concentrate on the things that unite us rather than the one that it doesn't work. That is not how the world works. And we are seeing it now. So that is the point. Yeah, Mazi, let's just move on. Sorry, there's one video. I don't know if you've seen it. It was yesterday from a pastor, a Yoruba pastor. His name is Femi. Bro, this guy, I listened to it yesterday. He was just talking like us. He was just saying exactly the things. But to be fair, he has been like that in the past, because I've seen a clip or video from him maybe a year ago, or maybe more, stuff like that. So he now came on Channels TV, I think it's Channel TV, yeah, to repeat the same thing, this time much more clearer, much more pronounced, to tell them that Nigeria is a fraud. I don't know. So did you see the video?
No, I've not seen it.
Oh my goodness. You have to go and see.
I saw the video. He was a politician as well and a pastor.
I think for about 30 years, he was a politician and he went back to become a pastor. Yeah. But this guy is just right on the money when it comes to Nigeria. This was yesterday. He told them that all this whole thing are just a waste of time. That is never going to work, he said. Now, there's also one point, maybe just one point of, should I say, deviation or disagreement, but it's also understandable because maybe, I don't know, the affiliation he has with Tinubu, because he gave Tinubu a pass, and I wouldn't give Tinubu a pass for absolutely no reason would I give Tinubu a pass. He described Tinubu as a courageous man, but I don't see anything courageous in what Tinubu does, because so that is the
you
point.
should not be surprised, Mazi Christian. You should not be surprised.
I think what he meant by that courageous is somebody who, once he wants to do a thing, he's not going to look at your face. He's showing us what the hatred he has on us without even. He's courageous to show us that hatred. He doesn't hide it.
Yeah, but the fact that because he talked on that video, he talked about how he has known Tinubu in the past, and that Tinubu has always emphasized on the fact that, first of all, Nigeria is not one. He doesn't believe in Nigeria, and
you mean the pastor, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And Tinubu has been pushing, even before he became a governor, has been pushing for through a proper decentralization of Nigeria. But my point is that, anyway, maybe let us not digress until you've seen the video, then we can. What do you think, bro? Choose. I mean,
maybe I will check for the video tomorrow. We'll talk about
it. It's loaded. That video, bro. That video is loaded, so you need to see it. Then we can talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
Mazi Christian, you see, what I want to say here is this: anybody, after whatever you have said, no matter how on point that person might be, in as much as you are campaigning for the unity of Nigeria, you are my enemy and you are the enemy of the Biafran people. That's my point. I listened to that man. He is a one Nigerianist. Another person also is our own, one of our catch on Anuju. He also, yesterday, I think in a Precious TV, he called Sultan a terrorist. He called them, what they call settlers colonization or something like that, that none has stood the test of time. So all of them, no matter how apt, no matter how interesting their comments and the positions are, as long as you are campaigning for one Nigeria, the unity of Nigeria, a better Nigeria, you are the enemy of Nigeria, and you are my enemy and the enemy of the Biafran people. Thank you.
Brahmas, the guy is not conversing for unity of Nigeria. Far from it. He said that it's impossible to. In fact, he used one word that's very fascinating. He said that how do you unify? How do you form unity with people who want to chop off your head? This is what he said. How are you going to form a country with people who wants to cut off your head? That is not possible. So there's a lot more in that video.
What of when he was there as a politician? I listened to him. What was when he was there?
When he was there, and
what made him now to change? Because of what is happening now. That is the reason why he has changed.
Into the program. And just like as we said before, in the case of this our sister, anytime somebody wakes up, it is better than not at all.
That's true.
There are so many people now. The only place where we disagree with, there are certain people that where we disagree with them is on solution. When it comes to the solution of the country, they don't agree with us. There are some other people, they agree with us, but they are not bold to take the step we are taking today. So when we look at all those
my point
to have people and all this, we should give them that preference because of the situation where they are, and choose those issues where we have a common point, where we meet. There is a place that every single one of us meet, and we continue from there to sort for our problem. There are different angles to this very issue of Nigeria, and we don't have to be
follow the same pattern.
Yes, we don't have to go the same pattern. Just like when we talk about Shore, there are so many people that are on that line of Shore who believe that Nigeria is not working and is not going to work until you conduct a massive revolution that will remove every single thing and bring new things together. Which we know that will never be possible.
It will never happen. Yeah.
Those of us now, we are still on that line that Nigeria will never work. The only solution is to end this very thing we have to do, destroy the foundation, lay a new foundation, everybody go back to where you are. That is where we stand. And we know it is possible. They themselves don't believe, they believe that one is a dangerous mission, is a suicide mission. They see it as a suicide mission. And well, that's what
the man is saying, that everybody should break it up, everybody go back to their region, and that if they now decide that they want to come together, then they will people's on the basis of fairness and equality, and it has to be from the people's constitution, so that is his point. But until you play it, we will discuss it.
So tomorrow we'll go deep into it and see how that
works. I have something to Mazi, I have something to say here.
Okay, go ahead.
When he was there, see, my own is my own. Namu, as the Hausa people say it. My own is my own. I can forgive my own person. I will first of all chase the fox inside the bush, come back home and blame my brother or my sister. Do you know the reason why they are saying what they are saying today is because over 2,000 brothers and sisters from the Yoruba land are refugees in Benin Republic. The land of the Yoruba now, Southwest,
is gone.
Under serious attack. Under serious. Lakurawa Mamuda is there.
Yeah.
That is the reason why something bigger than the cricket has entered into the cricket hole. That is the reason why they are talking the way. If these things were not happening, they won't be here now to talk. I will take their message, but for the person that is delivering that message, is a one Nigerianist. Thank you.
Yeah, there are still one thing, just like we should say, we just leave it open because there are still so many of Yorubas that have been very consistent from the one up to this minute.
Yeah, like that man. Like this very man. He has been consistent. I know him a long time.
There are so many of them who
but you also know that but you know that, Brachus, you also know that being consistent doesn't necessarily translate into power to change something. Because except you have the power and you have the court, you can just be talking. Some of us will, like, I want to change it now. Not even yesterday, now. But I don't have the power, so it is well.
Mazi Christian, before you go on, hold on, please. You see, did you listen to Wole Soyinka recently when he was speaking about Seyi Tinubu, the advice he gave to the president? He said, anytime that such thing that happened in Benin Republic happens again, he should send Seyi Tinubu and his battalion to go and quell it.
Yeah, I saw it.
You understand? I will take that message, but the person that is saying it, I don't have nothing in common with that person, because that same person, if those things were not happening, that person will not come out and say it as he is saying it now. They are one Nigerian. Is anything one Nigerian is an anathema to me and the people of Biafra. Thank you.
Igbo Union ka nọ gbakọ lụọ agha anyị ji wee nweta nwa onwe anyị. Nothing. That unity, unity of purpose, and when we pon karịrị ya. Now I pop wo to bịa dịka that Igbo Union mgbe ahụ kpokọnata onye ọbụla wepụ steeti wepụ nka chịkọta onwe n'ọnụ wee daa ụda wee push ihe unu pushiri. Biko ana m ayọ unu, whatever ihe ọbụla wụ ihe unu nwere ike ime, ndị iwe wege ndị Nnamdi kpọrọ iyi, ndị Nnamdi zobiri ụkwụ, ndị ụmụnne Nnamdi kpasiri iwe, ihe ọbụla ọ bụ ihe na-ewu unu. Biko, for the sake of ala Igbo, onye ọbụla kuru nwa nkịtị ya n'aka. Ana m ayọ unu, bịakọlata n'ọnụ. Ndị avid, unu agbaala mbọ. Agaghị m ekweta na mbụ unu na-agba ezu olu oke ntụrụ unu ejishi ike kpokọlata IPOB na achọ m ịma ihe wụ iwe onye ọbụla. Ayọ ka m ji bịa n'ụtụtụ a. Ndị Rising Sun, maka ndị be anyị, after a destroyed our leadership structures, ihe a na-emesi wee mepe nke a, before ya mara ihe na-eme nwee 10 branches. Amaghị m ma ndị Rising Sun na ọwụ ndị makapụtara from IPOB ka ha nọbụ anọ. Then Avid, amakwaghị m, mana ihe mmawu na enwere need ikpokọ IPOB ọnụ back, nye ha nkwado ma gbazie ha olu ka anyị wee nwee ike tie ọnụ, because ihe gbasara Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ji ha nwayọọ na-anwụ. Chowere apụtala mere anyị protest, enwere okwu mpụta mgbe ahụ kwuo gbaa ya ọkpa, ọ dịka achọghị m ka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pụta. Onye iro ga ha edum n'agha were ya ma ọ ga-ehapụ ya. O nwere ike na ọrụ echa asọ maka ihe m kwuru ka o ji wega ibido ha ma ụta na-esi atụkarịa confusion. Unu le anya ihe ọbụla ọ na-ekwu ugbu a na ndị isi anyị ndị Igbo ka ọ na-akpọ. Anana m ka ọ na-asị ndị Igbo emene Sokoto pilgrim na mgbe emere protest Nnamdi apụtara. How many times ka ndị Yoruba mere protest kpọsacha ndị isi ha niile? So ọwụ anyị nwa na-eme their opinion na account n'ihe anyị na-eme, opinion ga na account maka ha ama ihe ha na-eme. So ana m elele nwoke anya ihe niile ọ na-ekwu uwe o weta onye anya ka o sukwuo ka ọ wụkwa ya, and onye ọ na-ata aka ihe ahụ Peter. I'm not a politician, but I think is so stupid. What do you use my interest?
You know why I'm laughing?
I know.
Hello, you know why I'm laughing? Yeah?
I know.
Okay. Because this is the point that our people, when they hear, they say, this woman don't follow us at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because after saying all those things, we take those ones to take and we wait her in that their political undertone to campaign for you.
Oh, obedient to Kobo, no? Onimaro.
We know all these things. Sometimes we ignore it and we use those aspects that we know that we're going to use.
Of course, now it's not a crime.
We cannot throw away our sisters or our brothers, and we don't throw them away.
Of course.
When they call for unity, we buy into it, we grab it, and we throw away that. So don't get distracted when you see her going to this direction. She's in the zoo, and we expect those things to come in. You know, we expect you can't find them speaking the way we speak. Okay, let's listen.
Jacob na nwanne m isi ọnụ. So ya ka m ji na-ayọ ayọyọ a m na-ayọ na IPOB so tụpụta n'ụtụtụ ka oyi ụtọ anyị niile jikọọ ha ọnụ nke ọ na-agha daa taa sọsọ otu nwere ike ịpụta kọọ ekwe ndị youth anyị zoo wụ IPOB. Eziokwu na mebi na enwe n'ote onye isi ha bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, mebi otu o jiri mejọ. Ị ga-atụfuwe na nwatakịrị wute mmiri ejere ya ahụ. Are you going to throw the baby away with the bath water? You know, we are fond of judging ourselves. Ọnwụ Nnamdi wụrụ onye ofe mma na ụgba ma onye ọsọ ihu nga ndị baya ga na-eme nweta ya excuse. Ụfọdụ na-ajọ ọjị ya na otu o siri kwu okwu na court. Ụfọdụ na-ajọ ọjị ya na otu o siri mee nke a, otu o siri ga-eme nke ọzọ. Onye ka ọ ga-awụrụ? Onye ka ọ ga-awụrụ? Ekpe gị ikpe ka m ga-ekpere onye oshi ikpe, ekpe gị ikpe nwanyị ikpe a na-amaghị onye oshi, because a terrorist ji gburu mmadụ ka a mara ikpe mee ya nye ya 20 years. Onye ụzọ okwu ọnụ ka okwu ọnụ okwu maka ihe na-eme eme taa, ihe na-eme eme n'ụbọchị taa, amaghị ikpe ọnwụ sef maka ha sị na ebere ka emere na ọ kwesịrị iwu death sentence, na ebere ka emere ya. Anyị nọ na-ebe emere ndị Igbo that cut out that crafts. Igbo jikọ ọnụ ha ga-emenwu dị ihe anyị ha na-eme. Anyị were otu obi they can't, because ọ bụrụ na ma ndị politicians anyị ma ndị ọzọ onye ọbụla nukọrọ, elebe ha ga-esi eti ya aka, elebe ha ga-esi awa ya aka. So anyị need ka ụnụ nwa bụkwa IPOB. Ihe mee na unu nyegide nsogbu ahapụ Nnamdi na nke mba ahapụ Nnamdi wo ụdị nsogbu unu nye na the unity. Biko whatever uche mefọ biko emewu na IPOB attack ọwụ ihere na ị ga-ebi udocha mebishie. It's a shame. Ihe ọbụla na-ewe gị kuru nwa nkịta nri aka na-atụ nwanne anaghị abụli ya elu. You know, Nnamdi Kanu is not just Nnamdi Kanu, he is also a prophet, because elele m ya anya leme anya onye predictri ihe mgbe o predictri ya, onye predictri ihe mgbe o predictri ya mechazie, onye predictri ihe mgbe o predictri ya mechazie ihe niile ndị ahụ mee o gosi na onye ahụ na-ahụ ụzọ. Ndewo.
So we have had it, we have had her and that submission. As I said, we have a lot of things. There are so many things we don't agree with. So those ones we don't agree with, just ignore it. And the only things we are focusing on is the call for unity of purpose. That is the major thing we have to borrow from what you have said, unity of purpose. And when you see the way the North, the only reason the North is having upper hand against the South is because the North speak more with one mind than those who are in the South. You see, Shegumi, when he came out, they used him to push an agenda. Shegumi was preaching everywhere, going everywhere. No Northern attacked him. No strong voice in the North attacked him. No strong voice in the North rebuked him. Even if you see a Northern attacking Shegumi, it is the ordinary people that their voice doesn't add. You can never see any strong voice speaking against Shegumi. It doesn't happen. And today, every one of them finally adopt that very thing I was saying. And recently, I saw another press release by the Northern group. I will play it. I want to play this press release. And from this press release, we discuss it on maybe from there, we're going to be driving to the end of our program. I want to play that press release. You will see how the Northerners are pushing their own agenda. They have come out unanimously to say that Sharia law will never ever be removed. Hizbah will never ever, nobody should go to that direction. You see the way they do their own. But when it's their own, if IPOB, they say it's only IPOB talking. We are not part of it. Oh, we did not support it. We are not part of this. It is now we seek. It is so sad. Let us listen to the Northern group.
With the benefit of hindsight, this does not come as a surprise. Past American governments had once announced that Nigeria would break by 2015. When that did not happen, after 10 years, they are now taking deliberate steps to make it happen. It seems like the plot they are working on is to instigate a religious crisis in the country by provoking the Muslim population. Recently, the US President, Donald Trump, made an accusation that there was a Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. even confirming that churches were being burned and Christians killed virtually every day. He then started rolling out conditions to be met by the Nigerian government and sanctions to be considered on government, individuals, and groups. He went on to list Nigeria yet again as a country of special concern. Among the conditions he rolled out was that the Sharia system was to be abolished in the northern states and blasphemy laws be scrapped. Then, last week, a group of Nigerians living in the US, led by one Dr. Ebenezer Obadere, senior fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations, visited the US Congress masquerading as so-called experts on Nigerian affairs to request the Congress to make the US government demand that the Nigerian government put pressure on the northern states to abolish the Sharia system and the Hizbah. At this juncture, we would like to make the following observations. One, even the British colonialists who conquered our land by force of arms could not altogether get rid of the Sharia system. Therefore, no foreign power can do it now, after more than 60 years of independence. Two, the Sharia system is an integral part of our constitution, which, in recognition of everybody's right to religious freedom, provided for three legal systems, namely the British common law, the Sharia personal law, and the customary law. Three, moreover, the Constitution allowed for concurrent powers that gives states the power to make laws affecting any of the concurrent list, of which enacting Sharia law is a part of. Four, unless the Constitution of our country and its democratic federalism is going to be trampled on, the plot to force the federal government to pressure state governments to abolish the Sharia system and Hizbah is not wise. Five, the Sharia system has never been imposed on any non-Muslims in Nigeria.
Lies.
Six, the blasphemy law is not a religious law, but a law enacted by respective state assemblies in order to preserve peace and harmony. Seven, the Sharia system has no connection whatsoever with the different types of insecurity issues happening in Nigeria. Eight, the Hizbah institution has never engaged in any type of unrest. It is an unarmed organization concerned only with the enforcement of Sharia moral laws within the ambit of the national law. Therefore, on behalf of all the 40 Islamic organizations that form the Zamfara State Muslims League, we hereby state the following. One, we in Zamfara State are more than 99% Muslims. We were the first to implement the Sharia system in 1999. We want all and sundry to know that we are comfortable with the system and we will never allow it to be tampered with. Two, the request of Dr. Obadere is not based on any expertise, but on biasness and Islamophobia. Three, the US has no business meddling in the international affairs of our country, or act as a custodian of a certain religion, or start a new crusade against Islam, with Nigeria as its first victim. Four, we emphatically affirm that Muslims in Nigeria will not stand by and look while a foreign power dismantles the Sharia system just to make some anti-Islamic Christians happy. We know that America has been sponsoring Zionist terrorism in Palestine and the genocide of Muslims. We are also ready to pay the price the Palestinians are paying if America should decide to come to Nigeria to dismantle Sharia. Five, we are calling on President Bola Tinubu to tread carefully. He should remember that he rose to power on the goodwill of Sharia-loving Muslim population of this country. Six, we also call on Muslim representatives in the Senate and the House of Representatives never to allow themselves to be used for the achievement of crooked objectives detrimental to the interests of those they represent. Seven, we call on our governors and members of the respective houses of assemblies not to relent or give in on this matter. They must stand firm and ensure our freedoms in a sovereign Nigeria. We are also using this medium to appeal to our northern governors, especially the Sharia compliant states, to intensify efforts in protecting, safeguarding, and promoting the Sharia legal system in their respective states. 8. It is time for our traditional rulers to stand up and talk. The labor of our leaders past shall never be in vain. 9. Our ulama and imams must stand up and talk. Imams must convey our message of resistance on all pulpits. Sharia implementation is our religious right, which we are entitled to. We will never accept intervention on how to practice our religion from any quarter. 10. Finally, we call on all Muslims in Nigeria to be ready to defend our religion and the Sharia system, whatever it takes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Have you seen they have already called for jihad in Nigeria? They have already threatened the country that they are going to form their own Hamas.
Wow.
I want you to observe one thing. You see where they are making this statement. You see that all the Nigerian media are present.
But okay, you off it.
All the Nigerian media are represented.
Wow.
You can see all the Nigerian media are represented. Look at their microphone there.
Do you think this is probably a few days ago, right?
Yes. Either yesterday or the day before yesterday.
Good. If we are getting there slowly but surely. Akachukudi, is not ordinary. Who would have thought that would be here now? Because a lot is going on. A lot is going on. I just give glory to God. And like I said, the coming of Trump is another game changer. God guide and protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a man who, he saw it all, So obviously, you can see that, but there's one thing I want to just say in between. That is that, you see this bunch of Islamic terrorists there saying this, saying that, calling for jihad already. Invariably, they're calling for jihad. They're all the Muslims. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you one thing that is obvious here. Because one would think that with this, they will say, because they are saying this. Now, at the same time, for peace to reign, okay, leave those who are not your Sharia, they are not your Muslim, they don't agree with you, and they are being affected by Sharia, to have their own country, they will say no. Do you know that? Of course. They stood up to fight Biafra when we wanted out of the union, out of the forceful union. So they don't want you to have your own country and get out of this Sharia imprisonment. This Sharia, they are slowly but surely pushing, because that is the end game, to take over the whole place and force it on you. Now, but for you to leave, they will again say, they will call their Muslim, their jihadis, to fight you so that you will not leave, so that you stay with them in Nigeria. So you can see that is how crazy the whole situation is. Because there's a solution to it. You want Sharia, fine. Well, the same man I'm telling you yesterday, Rachus, that Yoruba man, he said that this is what they want. Give it to them. Rachus, until you play that video, you see what I'm telling you about the man. The same thing will be, he said that this Sharia, these Muslims, these 12 states and the rest of them, he said that they've made it clear what they want. Give it to them. Let them have their own country. Why we stay away? So how clearer can a man speak? He spoke so clearly, so eloquently, and so many more things he said that when you play it, you will know what I'm talking about. So, but I know on that, when Ted Cruz, when they were raising this issue about their abrogation of blasphemy law, the Sharia law, I knew that I just prayed to God that they continue on it, and we're gonna get here eventually, because I also know that They have their own plan. They have already their conception about the whole Nigeria thing that British handed it over to them. Therefore, they translate it into God, that God gave them Nigeria, and that nobody can break away. You must all be forced to stay in it, and slowly but surely become converted into Muslim through terrorism and whatever, and through legislative measures too, because they have the power, National Assembly, in the Senate, everywhere. So this is why I know that it's going to be a big fight. But thank goodness, with the support of the United States, when we get there, with their support, they don't stand a chance. If British doesn't come to help them to fight us, they don't stand, not even a week, they don't stand a chance. Trust me. It's been demonstrated in the past. We just want that that is the point I just tried to make. But go on and let's listen.
Thank you so much, my brother. That is it. It is very clear, as we are saying, that these people, there's nothing that's going to keep us together. Anyone that is genuinely seeking for peace in Nigeria should join us and call for the disintegration of the zoo. That is the only solution. It doesn't matter how you pretend you run away from it. That is where it's all going to end. So wherever you are and you're watching us on this program, if you care about humanity, add your voice and call for the end to the contraption so that every region will be free on their own. So we're going to be rounding up the program. We have done a lot on today, and the rest we're going to finish up later.
So before you round up, I have something to say on that video.
Go ahead.
You see, when Sharia was established, introduced in Nigeria, January 2000, by one man, Ahmed Sari Yerima, what was the position of the Christian society in Nigeria? What was the position of the Nigerian government that believes on the secularity of Nigeria? What was their position? They allow Sharia to stand. Sharia today is established in 12 northern states. What was the reaction? What has been the reaction of the Nigerian government that believe in 1999 constitution that made Nigeria, recognize Nigeria as a secular state, when business people in these 12 northern states that have accepted Sharia were destroying their businesses simply because the Sharia does not allow the sale of alcoholic businesses in these 12 northern states. What is their response to it nowadays? What is the position of the Southwest governors? What is the position of the Southeast and South governors? Some of the Christian states in the Middle Belt, what is their position? This thing has come to stay. There is no way they will take away that Sharia and the blasphemy. You heard
Impossible.
the man said that Sharia is part of the tenet of Islam, is their tradition, and anybody that tries to take it away will be stopped. Will be stopped. What is the position of our own people? My mother's people in their own area, have they issued any statement to challenge this group that Nigeria is a secular state? But when we advocate for Biafra and Oduduwa nation, they come after us. You see the hypocrisy here? Well, I do not know what America would do, because if you look at Riley Moore, he praised Nigeria. He said Nigeria is on the right track.
It's not true.
Listen to
It's not true. It's not true. It's not true.
President. Don't listen to that in Arise is talking.
Okay. Well, let me finish now. Mr. Barrister Darlington made a program about that. He
He's
also
not informed.
said that he witnessed about 600,000.
We have the real information from Moore, what he told the US.
Okay, but no, I'm not saying that he didn't say that. I didn't say that. It was him that said that Nigeria is on it. In fact, U.S. congratulated what Nigeria did in Benin Republic. But they are also talking about the 600,000 people in IDP in Benue State. I do not know where they are. I believe, see, I'm not hoping on anybody.
Go and read the report of that more. Go and read his report from.
That is what matters. His report. Mm-hmm.
Go and read his report to the U.S. government. His Sahara reporters. He's there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. The only thing that I would like to tell our people here is this: nobody is going to bring freedom to our people. It is you that is going to bring freedom to your place. If you sit down there and fold your hands in between your legs, it will be far away from us. But let the will of God happen. Thank you.
We need friends. We need friends. That is what is important. And don't buy into the zoo and their media propaganda.
Don't mind us their media propaganda. That information is wrong.
Yeah, they were celebrating even before the man get back to US. So when he got back, he made a piece, he wrote, and everybody saw it. And in it, there's nowhere in it where he congratulated Nigerian government. So all these So what for me, of course, we know nobody is gonna give us freedom, but we have to fight for it. But we also need friends and partners. That is how it's done all over the world. But basically, I also know that it will get here, it will get to this point because now, so, but you see, the brain they use, they've started already accusing the United States because they said that they predicted that Nigeria was going to break up. But as that didn't happen, then they are coming with this. You see how their mind works. But at the end of the day, their game plan is to, because they always say, leave us alone, we're a sovereign nation, leave us alone. Leave you alone, but you won't leave people alone. You are holding people and you are telling someone else holding you to leave you alone.
Not even holding people. They went on just a phone call, not the approval of ECOWAS, regional body, not the approval of the Senate of the Nigerian, government. They went to Benin Republic, they destroyed, they intervened there. They went there. You see, your house over seven terrorist groups are wreaking havoc in Nigeria. They cannot control them. What they call foreign bandits or terrorists. But you are able to send jets to go and bomb Benin. That is
why they always say
very weak.
You know what? Mazi, you know why they always say leave us alone? It's because they know that here in Nigeria, they are holding sway. So they don't want somebody to come and look into what they are doing, how much they've hijacked Nigeria, how much the caliphate owns Nigeria, runs Nigeria on behalf of the British, and they tell this, do that. Nigeria wanted to do the same thing to Nigeria, but the Fulani refused, and that didn't happen. So that's to tell you how much sway they have in Nigeria. And when Trump came now, the hand of God, that they are saying, leave us alone, because they know that when Trump comes, the truth will be made manifest. But they don't want that. They are jittery, they are shitting themselves now as we speak, because they assume that they know already that it's just a matter of time they will take over entire Nigeria. Kula Olawumi said it. It will happen. Nobody can stop it except we have support. We have friends from the outside. So that is what we are thanking God, that the fact that America has now come in to talk about the unjustfulness of Nigerian state. How do you put Sharia in a secular country, even if you want to say that Nigeria is not a secular country? Because on the other hand, a secular country cannot be promoting and sending people to Mecca, paying for it, sending people to this one in Israel every year. The government of Nigeria does that. The secular nations basically don't recognize religion. But they took it a notch. This caliphate took it a notch by infusing it into the constitution. That is where the whole thing completely get destroyed. Thank you, Brachu. So maybe tomorrow we'll see again.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate everyone that has contributed on the program and joined us today. I thank you all for your support. My beloved brother Maxwell, thank you so much for your support. Even in the most difficult time, you always hang on with us. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my brother Max. I appreciate you, my brother
May God
Christian.
bless you.
Yeah. Thank you all
Thank
for
you all.
being.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. May God
Okay, bro,
continue
Max,
to
you want to
bless
say
each and
something?
every one of
Okay,
you.
go ahead.
Yeah, yes. The only thing is that nobody is going to fight for freedom for our people. If we are looking for other people, they will fail us. My hope is in God. Chukwu Okike Abịama. Already Yankopon, that is my only hope. So whatever we do, we must always remember that He is there to support us. No matter how small our efforts are, He is going to enlarge it and magnify it for us. May God bless each and every one of you and be in peace with one another. Thank you, Mazi Chuks, and God bless you too.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for that wonderful, wonderful remark. You've been so helpful, and thank you so much for that amazing support. And I appreciate everybody that has been with us from the beginning of this program to this moment. If you have not shared, please like and share. My fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world, I want you to remember, history is calling. History is calling. This is the time to rise wherever you are as a Biafran, wherever you are as a lover of freedom. It doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your location. This is the time to rise. This is the time to unify. This is the time to apply global pressure. Keep the legacy of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, alive. Keep the fire burning. Keep the mission pure. Biafra is not a dream. It is a destiny. Always remember that. I thank you all for your patience. Thank you all for being with us. If you have not shared, please like the program and share. Make sure that somebody watch this program from you. There are important messages. If you didn't start with us, go back and watch again. If you didn't start this program with us, you have missed a lot. Go and start it again. May Chukwu Okike Abịama guide and protect everyone, more especially those that are watching from Biafra land. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abịama will guide and protect every one of you. No bullet of the enemy will touch you. No kidnapper will see you. In this month of December, when people are walking about and celebrating, you shall see the end of December. December will not see your end. We shall all celebrate and we will be alive to come back in the next year and glorify Chukwu Okike Abịama for his mercies. We pray for our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for divine protection, for divine security, for divine safety. We pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for Chukwu Okike Abịama to build a wall of fire around him wherever he is in Sokoto. Any poison they put in him will never work. Any plan they make against him will never stand. We pray that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will regain his freedom and he will join us and we will all celebrate. We pray for Mazi Simon Ekpa, that Chukwu Okike Abịama will guide and protect Mazi Simon Ekpa. As we are still waiting for the appeal of Mazi Simon Ekpa, we pray that Chukwu Okike Abịama will stand for him. Mazi Simon Ekpa will gain his freedom. Mazi Simon Ekpa will be protected. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. Whatever plan they have put in place against him will never stand. Chukwu Okike Abịama will put confusion in their midst, that everything will begin to turn to our own favor. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafrans shall prosper. And no weapon formed or fashioned against our leaders shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. See you again later in the evening by the special grace of Chukwu Okike. Thank you so much and stay safe. Bye-bye, everybody.
very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chiko kikabia mapuni nini chineke ngende sona efewe na isiala nina ina koza hanso ya mbuni onanye na jama we anyana ge farusi obonane ge ole kali nini kele kama kele obia mndi nden so na kriya na isiala ni obadi ndo na kole no toto a eyi aba no wanene Because you will make a difference with your source and no more and we're not going to do
But you know what? They would like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm going to do in 5 years to come. Thank you.